You are now tuned into Somewhere in the Middle with Soonie and Mo. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, Don on the beat.
Hey, I got so many ops.
Everywhere I go, I
got so many ops.
so many ops.
I know they plotting against me. I know it's hate, they wanna kill me, but please don't tempt me, cause I got so many glocks. Hey, ain't none of them empty. Jesus said they would hate me too. That's how I know it's envy. I got so many ops.
What's up? What's up?
What up, y'all? Welcome to a Wednesday show since we didn't do one on Tuesday. Is my mic good? I don't want to hear nobody complaining.
Right? I mean,
I'm
it's
going in and out.
It's good to me. You've got your same lusterful, not lusterful, smoky, like I call it like a smoky bedroom voice. Like you have like this, like,
What?
it's like, yeah, your voice, your voice is like very like, hey, not sexy like that, but it's like,
But you just said it was sexy.
it's
That was a bedroom voice.
yeah, it's like a bedroom voice. It's like it's like a smoky, like late night, you know.
I got a radio voice, is what you're saying.
Kinda, yeah. It's like
Okay.
late night. What the hell was that? It was like
the Quiet
late,
Storm.
yeah, like late night with love. You know, hey, give me a little something.
Absolutely not. Welcome to Somewhere in the Middle. We didn't have a Tuesday show, so we're gonna have a Wednesday show. Mo's trying to get me to do some strange things and ain't giving me no piece of change.
Yeah,
Ain't happening.
yeah.
We got somebody watching from Ohio. This is a new viewer. What's up?
Ohio, what's up, Ohio?
What up?
Tim Irwin in the house. Thank you for loving our radio show. Hey, what's up, P? Quiet Storm. See, P knows what the Quiet Storm is. He'll be the judge. Late Night with Love with Eddie Love. That was the radio show I used to listen to.
Lord.
Yes, the
Lord.
Quiet Storm. Anyways, welcome. We're gonna do this Wednesday show to make up for yesterday, and then we're gonna do a Friday show with our friend Jaron as usual. So we hope you guys join us for that.
A lot of background noise, so I'm gonna go on mute.
Oh, I thought I had background noise. They're trying to figure out video game stuff. Hold on one second. Let me just yell at people.
She said, "Hey." Now I got jets flying over, pretty loud.
All right. Alrighty. Anyways, guys, we have a lot of topics for you today. First of all, hold up. Let me just stop for a second. Soonie just got me on watching Love is Blind season 6. Okay. I have watched Love is Blind before. The show just like works my nerves, but oh my gosh, I just watched the first episode and I'm so just annoyed. Okay. I was like, the way I was screaming at the TV, Soonie, like you would have thought, okay, so I'm not going to spoil it, but at the end of that first episode, what happens to that girl when she sits down with the other girl and realizes the guy told her like the same exact thing. Mm-hmm. This was me in my living room. I was like, he lied to us.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was me. I was like, he freaking lied to us. And I'm sitting there and I'm like,
you're like Kyle, dude. I hate watching TV with him.
Oh,
like, can we enjoy the show in silence? Do we need your commentary? See?
Oh no.
I'll be doing too much during the show.
No. When it comes to reality TV, I talk to the TV. I talk to the TV. That is what I do. Yeah.
I talk to the TV during documentaries.
That too. But like, it's like my sports. You know how like when you guys watch football and sports and stuff, you guys yell at the TV, like the players can hear you. That's me watching reality TV. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? You freaking idiot. Oh.
Hell.
You guys, there's literally a girl, and you guys probably know who I'm talking about because there's like a meme going around about her because she claims that she looks like Megan Fox, which she does not. This girl is such a psychopath. Like, they haven't even come out of the pods yet. They haven't met face to face. And she tells one of the guys that she's been married before. And like his reaction, I thought was pretty decent. She started crying.
Which is a red flag.
Huge red flag. Like when I say she started crying, I'm not talking like her eyes just like swelled, welled up with tears. she was like putting her shoes on, like she was leaving. She was putting her shoes on, and then she was like, she literally was like with her head down, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, I'm fine. Like, it's just like, what a psycho. We're
The
gonna
girl
talk.
he picked,
Yeah.
the girl he didn't pick looked more like Megan Fox.
Don't tell me who didn't pick. I haven't gone there yet.
Oh my bad. I'm sorry.
I can't. La, 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 la.
The
Okay,
fact that you're so invested in this show now is fine.
after one, this is me though. See, this is the thing, and Pete can testify because he'll be like referring me to shows and stuff. Like once I get in it, I am invested, and I go down the rabbit hole like big time. I'm that person that I should be in bed, and I'm just like, who is so and so's mother? Like, where do they live? Like, I'm on the Wikipedia. I'm looking up police reports, doing background checks. I'm that girl. That's
Listen. Hey, I'm glad you're invested. It's another element to the show we could bring because Love is Blind is a walking, like it's like psychology 101 and therapy 101, where you can just watch people like, what the hell happened to you growing up? Like, who hurt you? That's what I want to know.
I mean, I think the sheer, like, you have to kind of question the type of person that would go on a show like that anyways, right? Like, something's got to be kind of wrong with you that you're going to meet somebody in that way, which is talking to them through a wall. Mm-hmm. And then like 5 days later, get engaged. Yeah, get engaged. Yeah. And then like 4 weeks after that, I think you get married. Like, that's crazy.
They do it. And you know what? There's some people that have been married for years.
Yeah.
After doing this.
Oh my God.
Are they crazy?
Like, put a 1 in the chat if you guys want me and Soonie to just do like a show where we have like a topic where we just talk about like documentaries and crime shows and this type of shit. Because we talk about this stuff like on the side. And I feel like there's a real market for this. You know? For sure. Like, I feel like we have insight to things. Maybe we make P the third co-host on that show because he watches crazy stuff too. Like, he's always referring me like to really good shows. Like, I like the shows.
No, I'm starting to feel outnumbered.
Why are you feeling out? Oh, because I always have to have.
Because they're all your friends and they all tend to lean liberal.
Well, it's not my fault.
I feel outnumbered.
It's not my fault. You don't have friends. Okay. Is that my fault?
How does that translate to I don't have friends?
No. Well, hey, bring a friend. Okay, fine. Your friends are in Japan and they barely speak English. Does that work?
What? My friends don't podcast.
Well, then there you go. Jerron, he does podcast. P doesn't really podcast, but he majored in broadcast journalism, so that would kind of work. But he's not going to come on here. He's going to be like the silent partner, giving me all the recommendations.
What up, girl? What's up, Jax?
What's up?
What up, everybody coming in here? What up, Apex?
What up? Anyways, whew, that just took it out of me. Just like talking, I get excited about this stuff. I get really excited.
Hey.
Oh, he said all of your friends are Pantherette fans.
This is how I know I wouldn't be friends with half of y'all in real life. No.
Because of the comments like this?
I think I would get annoyed. Like, okay, this is just way too much for me. I need to go into my corner.
Wait, real quick. Oh, wait, do you know what nothing bundt cakes is?
Nothing bundt cakes? No.
Yeah. Okay, so you like strawberries. Oh, strawberry shortcake. Look at this. This is a bundt cake. Okay, I had to hold it with my hand because I don't have a fork. But oh my gosh, Soonie, this is so good.
How did you make that? Did you buy it like that?
I bought it like that. They sell these little bundt cakes.
Oh, okay. Where do you buy them from? Is it like a Walmart?
A store called Nothing Bun Cakes.
It must be a Texas thing. I've never heard of that. I've
It's
never
so-
heard anybody talk about it.
Girl, so moist. I'm sorry. I'm over here like just, yeah.
Lord.
Mm-hmm. Shout out if you know what I'm talking about.
Yo, they're smacking.
because I'm talking about TV and that makes me want to snack. You know what I mean? Because you got to get all like, you know, when you watch a good show, you got to have your snacks around. Do you ever do that? If you don't snack,
I guess sometimes if I'm hungry, but I don't like need a snack to watch the show now.
oh,
Sometimes I'll just watch the show. Sometimes I'll lay down and watch it and fall asleep and then wake up and rewatch it. But I don't know. I guess I could if somebody were to like provide the snacks and be like, hey, let's watch this. I would snack. Yeah.
I would bring snacks. I'm the snack girl.
You're going to bring snacks to watch the show.
Girl, do you know I always have snacks in my purse?
So do you bring snacks to the movie theaters?
I bring girl, I bring whole meals to the movie theater.
Oh, you're one of them. I think that is so ghetto. Why can't you purchase nothing from
because it's expensive. One time
my mother used to stuff. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I cook. Like I cook and I put it in Tupperwares. I'm not buying like fast food. I cook food.
Oh my God, what?
Oh, yeah. I gotta eat. I gotta eat.
See, I've never heard of that. Now you started to sound like the black folks that got Wakanda. Remember when Black Panther came out and they had that movie catered? If this was in Texas. I'm not playing.
What'd they have? Like ribs? They had like a barbecue?
You know, all the soul food fixings, probably fried chicken, ribs, greens, mac and cheese. They really had it catered. I'm not playing. I have to find that. When that movie came out and everybody was going nuts, they had several of those premieres in opening days. They had them all catered. So
man,
I guess it's not unheard of. I would never take a whole meal. I like getting the snacks from the movie theater, eating popcorn and like an icy. I'm not taking no. I will go to the dinner after the movie. I don't want to do that. No. So you want to eat the dinner while you're in there? I
cook food and put it in Tupperwares and bring a bag. And I just like, I hand it out and we eat.
You are crazy, girl.
I've got snacks in my purse. Listen, in my purse, I have beef sticks.
What?
Okay. Turkey pepperoni.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Some like trail mix every once in a while in case I get like really hungry. A protein bar for emergencies only.
Movie house and eatery?
Yeah, they have.
I would fall asleep if I'm watching a movie and while I'm eating, I'm going to sleep. I'm not watching that movie.
And then
I feel like I wasted my money.
The chairs recline. Yeah,
I'm going to sleep.
There's one theater here in Dallas. They give you blankets.
I'm going to sleep. That's too much. I bet you it costs an arm and a leg to go too, don't it?
No, it's about this. I mean, it's like the eatery price. It's like the same.
Shoot, last time I went to the movies in America, I'm pretty sure it was like $18 to go to the damn movie.
Yeah, it's expensive. That's why I don't go, girl. Because on top of all that, I'm just cheap. You know what I mean? Like I'm cheap.
Community blankets. Blankets that other people done laid under. Right.
Oh, yeah, but see, I bring my own blanket to the movie theater. Oh my gosh. Well, listen.
You might as well just watch the movie at home.
No, dude, I'm the one you want to be sitting next to in a movie theater on a road trip. And if something happens like where we don't have access to things, you want to be by me because I am going to have stuff. I'm going to have food. I'll tell you that because Mo ain't going out without a snack.
You like to share. I'm not sharing with anybody.
Yeah, I'll share. But you can't be greedy now. Like I can't have no like severely overweight people talk about give me another. You know what I mean? Like no, I can't. One snack is your allotment.
So you're sharing. You have conditions to your sharing.
Yeah, I mean in a situation where we got to like ration stuff out. Yeah.
So you would share with everybody on your row.
Oh, in the movie. Okay. This is another thing.
Yes.
I was in, where was I at? I was somewhere at some appointment, right? And I was eating my snacks. And I was like, you want some? You want some snack? Like, I offer snacks to anybody because, I was on the airplane. I offer snacks to anybody. I don't, because I think it's rude to eat in front of people and not at least offer. Like, I
didn't
can
bring no
allow,
snack.
I'm not going to allow you to like reach into my bag, but I'll, pour you out some or whatever, like whatever I got.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? I'm nice.
I would be afraid to take food from you. Like if you just came up and offered me and I didn't know you and you were like, hey, do you want something? I'd be like, no, what the heck? No.
You wouldn't be like, wow, that's a really nice person that she offered me.
No.
What?
I would wonder what the hell you did to this and why are you offering this to me? See, I grew up where you don't take shit from strangers. I guess that just went out the window.
Oh, well, I mean, I grew up in that too, but I always talked to strangers when I was little. I always did. Oh, no. Like I was that person that was like, hi, my name's Monique. What's your name? And I was like friends with everybody instantly.
That's a gift because
yeah,
I would probably be like, dude, she just offered me a whole snack, bro.
I know. I probably
my husband would probably be like, well, take it. Why did you take it? Like, are you
right? You would take my snacks because
I know you. Of
good.
Course I would.
My snacks are good. You're gonna see me eating my snacks.
I'm gonna go in your bag. I'm not asking.
Now hold up. If you just reach in my snack bag,
why not?
Wait
I'm
a minute.
A stranger.
Watch it.
Ooh, I know what to do tomorrow.
Oh man.
Like, you got snacks? Yeah, I got snacks. Okay, what you got in here?
Yeah.
Picking this. So I can pick whatever I want. Remember she said this, y'all.
Oh man. Mo don't remember the back of milk cartons. Sure I do.
I don't remember that. I don't think that was ever a lot.
I'm seeing a lot of new names. What's up, Bren Lee?
What up, everybody watching? Put in where you're watching from. We were just opening up, allowing people to get in.
Yeah, this is just our fun time. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. All right. Well, let's tell the people what we're talking about. So we don't delay any further and people know what's on the agenda for the night. So Soonie's going to be talking about a bill that she wants to review. Mm-hmm. And it's regarding, give them the synopsis on that one.
So this is HR 6981, and this is talking about what has been categorized as paramilitary, private paramilitary, and they've given it terms, they've given it names, and they are rendering you unauthorized. And I'll get into what makes you unauthorized and how you can be authorized. And I'll also explain how this is very detrimental for our country and militia groups and anybody who operates in the private sector just wanting to offer security. I have a few other topics that go in tandem with this, but you guys just have to stick around and see.
Okay. Cool. We're also we're going to do a couple of political topics, a couple of fun, like viral video type topics, and then, stuff related to kind of entertainment type news. But we're going to talk about Mayor Eric Adams, the details of this debit card program that he's issuing to the migrants in New York City. It is crazy when you guys hear how much these people are going to be getting per year. Are we closer to knowing who Trump will be choosing as his VP? He gave a statement to, you're not late at all, R. Jackson. You are just in time. He gave an interview to Laura Ingraham on Fox and gave some hints as to what he's looking for and who he may be possibly considering. So we'll talk about that. I saw a video that infuriated me. Soonie has not seen it, so it's going to be like a raw reaction, but it's from the is it Fresh and Fit? Yeah, from Fresh and Fit.
Oh, okay. God.
The Red Pill guys, okay. They had a guy on there that said the most insane thing okay, that he felt like women should just put up with XYZ, okay, that I was just like, this is where I draw the line, okay? Your body will be in a trunk if I have to do this.
Don't say that out loud.
I'm just saying, like, okay, so stay tuned. Like, we won't delay on that one because that one I've been like dying to talk about with Soonie. I have a real short clip. Jen Psaki, former White House press secretary, is now on CNN, and she had an interview with Nancy Pelosi, and they had quite an interesting theory about Putin and Trump. So we're gonna play that little clip. We'll do a quick reaction, and then we'll move on. Tiffany Haddish, she hopped on a plane and headed over to Isreal.
Whore.
Yeah. I didn't even know she was Jewish. Did you know she was Jewish?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't even know that. So
she jokes about it all the time. I think that's why she's so famous, because she's a Black Jew, because she's not funny.
I had never heard that she was Jewish, but I kind of feel like anybody who goes into Hollywood, like you kind of have to turn Jewish. Like that's like, welcome to Hollywood, you're a Jew type of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like it's kind of part of it. Shout out to the Jews, by the way. So she's on a plane headed to Israel because she wants to go check it out for herself. And she's gotten a lot of interesting feedback on that. So we'll talk about that. Then I wanted to talk about the trucker boycott that has been trending, that supposedly the truckers in New York City are boycotting to support Donald Trump. I had some thoughts on boycotts in general. I know Soonie has some thoughts on boycotts in general, but I have a statement from the truckers on what's actually going on. So I'm going to read that. San Francisco is appointing their first non-citizen to the election commission, which is crazy.
Unconstitutional.
Yeah, exactly. And then another crazy statement from a man. This was on a podcast. I don't know the name of it, but this particular man is married, had himself an infidelity, and had a child out of wedlock after cheating on his wife. And he talks to this podcast host about how he's overcoming the adversity of working his way back into the good graces of his wife. And you guys aren't going to believe what it is he's doing. I was just like, did we really put a ring light in front of this man and give him a microphone? Like, is this what we're doing now? So we'll talk about that. And then the Trump sneaker. We got to talk about the Trump sneaker. Why not?
God. Can we?
You want to start with that? Since that's kind of like
actually, I have a video that I didn't tell you about.
Okay.
I love to acknowledge young Christians who are strong in their faith, especially in Hollywood, that stand on their square. Whoa, Vicky went on Tasha K, and you guys know I cannot stand her. And Tasha K tried to press her on the Bible and its contradictions, while at the same time saying, well, I'm not trying to challenge your faith. Yes, you are. That's why you're asking about the Bible and its contradictions. And she stood on her square. I don't like the caricature that she puts on, acting ratchet and ghetto, but I like the fact that she stood up against Tasha K. If anybody has seen that clip, I'm going to show it here tonight, but
I have not.
Shout out to her, bro. Shout out to her.
Are you going to play it?
You want me to play it first?
Yeah, play it.
Sure.
You know what? We'll get the fun stuff out of the way first.
Can you see it?
Not yet.
Oh, it didn't pull up? Come on.
Kevin, did you really buy a pair of these sneakers?
You better not have.
We can't be trusting what you say sometimes, so you got to tell us for real. Did you really? Put a comment if you even considered buying these sneakers.
You bet not have bought these goddamn sneakers if you didn't buy no merch for me, and my merch is 20 times cheaper than them shoes. Yes, I said it. All right, here's a clip.
Well, I noticed too that sometimes, the church, Justin Bieber went through it. A lot of people go through it, especially celebrities, in their journeys. And I noticed that, it's like they come in and they try to brainwash
Who?
people like yourself, like me.
What, the church?
Yeah.
Oh, nah, I don't agree with that.
You don't?
Nah.
Why is that?
I believe in the Bible. So
Okay.
anything the Bible says, I agree with.
Okay.
The Bible is God's word.
Have you read the entire Bible yet?
Nah, not the entire Bible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of strong contradictions in the Bible. I'm not here to challenge your faith.
Like what?
Because your faith is your spiritual relationship with God. But a book is another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Being that you are so young and you have your entire life ahead of you, I just, hearing you talk about God so much, it's coming across as if you are using it as a protection.
What? That woman really is the devil.
You are old enough to probably be her mama and her auntie. And you are trying to discourage her from talking about the Bible because you don't like it. And you just said you weren't trying to challenge her faith. This is the devil at work. You guys need to understand he comes in all shapes, forms, and sizes. He comes to influence. He will come and speak through people. This is what happens when you are young and in your faith, bro. This is why I gave her a shout out. You're on Tasha K's show and she's trying to tell you that you're brainwashed. And she was like, nah, I don't believe that. Whatever the Bible says is real. It's real. Facts. Who cares what you think about the contradictions? I had to pause it right there. My bad.
No. It's just me.
Okay.
What do I need to be protected from? I mean, the devil, yeah.
But you do know physically that, they talk about a lot of things in the spirit realm, but, the devil is you and the devil and God is you. You do know that, right?
No.
Yeah. Because in order to know good, you have to know bad. So you have to do bad things and make mistakes in order to learn.
Lies.
Otherwise, that's not.
I
And
know that we was all born into sin.
I wouldn't call it sin.
I would.
Why?
Because that's what it's saying in the Bible, and that's what Adam and Eve did.
If you enjoyed show.
Listen. Did anybody else get chills up their spine listening to her tell this girl?
It was kind of
got
creepy.
The devil in her.
Yeah, it was creepy. The way she was pushing so hard, like it was wild. I was like, wow.
Why do y'all care?
Well, Vicky do be going hard for it though. She goes hard for God. She really does.
We should. I don't think anybody should be ashamed of that. People will shame you and be like, oh, nobody can keep the Bible in perfection. Like, we can't do that. That's fine. Like, people are entitled to their opinions, but it's awesome watching somebody who doesn't have the attention of some of these degenerate kids stand on their square and say, nope, whatever the Bible says is real. Okay. I don't believe that. I can't say that I would have been that calm. I probably would have been beside myself had she said, we all have the devil in us. Like, the devil's in you and God is in you. What? The Bible says that God dwells in nothing unclean. What are you talking about? Tasha K. I do not like Tasha K. I think people should boycott her show, since we're going to be talking about boycotting things, and remove her from her platform. I don't believe in canceling people, but that is one person that I think is detrimental to the entire population of the United States of America. I'm being extra, but I'm being extra honest too. I can't stand that lady. Yeah. She gets under my skin.
I thought she was being canceled. Like, what happened?
She brings the drama. She brings the scandal. She brings the what's his name? Will Smith is gay and I saw him get yammed. Like, that's what she brings. People like that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and by people, you mean me, because I'm one of those people sometimes. But I will say, no, that was a little bit weird. It was a lot weird, that whole conversation. Even like the whole lighting of the moment was very dark, wasn't it?
Like, the way she was talking.
Yeah.
Like, the devil's in you, right? Like, that, right? Like, crazy. But you just said you weren't trying to challenge her faith. Whatever, I digress. Thanks. Shout out to Cyrus for sending me that clip, but that scared me. It was a bit strange.
Well, here's something else that's gonna scare you.
Oh, his gay man. He likes kissing and laying on dudes. Ugh.
This is Wyron Gaines. Myron. Sorry, I was reading his thing right here. It says Wyron. I was like, you never know with people and names. People be doing the most. Anyways, this is Fresh and Fit. And this is him talking about his lady and his relationship. Now, when I Soonie, you have not, I don't think you've seen this. I hope you haven't seen this because I really want your honest reaction to this.
Yeah.
And I want everybody in the comments to just sound off, ladies, especially you. But it scares me because this is what young men are listening to.
Uh-oh.
And this is also what young women are listening to. And I have some comments about the particular woman he's speaking about in this video, but let's go ahead and play right now.
Like my girl don't talk back to me. Like this whole like situation, all the, like argue. There's no arguments. This is how it is. She packs my fucking condoms when I travel. That's how real it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry for her.
Yeah. And here's the thing. No.
I
She lives
do.
a great fucking life, and she's a beautiful girl. She's hotter than all the girls here. No offense.
That's
Right?
fine.
But what I'm trying to explain to you, ladies, is if you got a guy that checks off all the boxes, you got to
found yourself a real
You
gold
got to
digger.
pay the
That's nice.
price. You got to
I'm
pay the
proud of you.
price for that man checking all those boxes. He didn't check all those boxes off to just fuck you. My girl.
Yeah.
So men are checking off boxes to have frivolous sex outside of their women that could potentially lead to unwanted pregnancies, which will lead to abortions, which continues the trend of women not valuing themselves enough outside of sex in their vagina, which is what these men are complaining about. That women find value in their cooters. Well, you also find value in their cooters too when you decide to pack a pair of condoms and cheat on your girl.
Yeah.
And then say you got to deal with it.
These are the same men that complain again about degenerate women.
They're creating them.
You're creating them. Exactly. Like, what are you talking? Okay, this is my thing. What kind of low self-esteem woman would put up with this? Like, yeah, this is ridiculous. And I said, you know what? I am far from a feminist, okay? I will put an apron on, stand barefoot in the kitchen, cook all of your meals, do your laundry, do whatever I am supposed to do as a woman. But the minute you tell me that you're going on a business trip, please pack my condoms, execute.
Oh, we're done.
What? We're done.
Disrespectful.
Oh my God. All I'm going to hear in my head is from Mortal Kombat, finish him. And it's, yeah.
Finish him.
Finish. Yeah. Like that's literally what I'm going to hear in my head. And then you're just going to die. Like I'm just going to unalive you like right away. You know what I mean? Crazy.
You know what's crazy is I'm in a server full of these men who follow the red pill narrative, and, you know, the fresh and fits of the world. And I say this to them all the time. Every time I watch you guys interact, every time I look at how you handle a conflict, I feel like I'm watching a group of women.
Yes.
And I think that insults them.
Yeah.
But it's the truth. And I'm not saying this is all men. So get out of here if you're going to be sensitive, because I have these same topics or same conversations about women. I clearly don't discriminate. We're not watching masculine men in operation here. We're watching very entitled male versions of feminists. That's exactly what we're watching. They feel so upset about their current placement in life because women don't value men. Women do think they can do life alone. Women are disrespectful, but there are women out here who aren't like that. Okay. And you can't walk around bitter and angry because you chose, right? Because men love to brag about how they control access to marriage. You chose to marry her. Okay. You chose to put a baby in her. So now you have to deal and you have to choose to deal with the results of that. You can't criticize women for being bitter baby mama terrorists and then turn into a baby daddy terrorist or just a toxic man. Like, and I don't even believe in toxic masculinity. Masculinity is great, but what these men are exhibiting is not masculinity. It's not.
Right.
Like, as we speak right now, there is a server full of men arguing about me.
What are they arguing
right
about?
now as we speak?
What are they?
They didn't like the fact that I said not every black person has a background from Africa or slavery. They've been talking about me for 2 days straight. These are so-called alpha masculine men. I can't handle that I had a difference of opinion. Like, and these men also watch Fresh and Fit. They also refer to me as a black B word. Like, I'm just laying the foundation here. All right. That's not sound advice to be giving young men. Like, what happened to them chasing their purpose and then settling down and creating a legacy? Like, what happened to that? I love that message. I believe that's what Kevin Samuel stood for.
Right.
More than anything. And now it's turned into something else.
Right. And when Kevin Samuel said, find a woman that'll help you achieve your goals, right? Support your goals. I don't think one of those things was pack your condoms for you. I mean, I don't, now that you mentioned Kevin Samuels, I feel like it all took a downturn after he died.
It did.
Like, it's like they hijacked it and they took it to a whole nother level of stupidity.
Because he advocated for women and men who had children together to get back together. Like, you need to get back together. How come you're not working it out with the child's father?
Yeah.
All the time. He was helping marriages. He was actually saving marriages. And people don't want to talk about that side of Kevin because there's also a message that, marriage is unsafe for men. But I think that goes back to your selection.
Yeah.
It goes back to who you're choosing. Choose the right one.
Exactly.
Well, you don't know what can happen. People change. Women gave that same response and you told them to deal with the consequences of their actions. So deal with the consequences of your actions. If people change and you don't know they can change, then you don't know what can happen. So now you need to deal with it.
Amen.
That's disgusting.
It was disgusting. It was. All right. I'm going to have one more reaction clip for you. I told you we're going to get some of the fun stuff out of the way right now because people like the fun stuff. So I don't know what this is the Social Proof podcast. Okay. And this man says, well, you know what? Let me just let you listen to what this man says.
Right now is
he's asking about, I think it cut off in the beginning. He's asking about how his marriage is.
Okay.
Because I'm tempted about saying it, but I'll keep it G. I'll keep it real. Is marriage, right? Marriage.
Oh,
We get spicy. Like
talking good right now.
when I first got
Got
married,
kids?
2 by my wife.
Why you say it that way?
I'm overcoming this adversity.
You have 2 by your wife, which means you got some other ones.
I have 1 more.
How old is that 1 more?
He is turning 2 in December. Exceeding, excelling, and overcoming. I'm surviving it. I'm 2 years past.
Well, you're not surviving it. It's something that you did.
Oh, most definitely. We still rocking. Like I'm surviving. It's tough.
She's overcoming.
Oh, she definitely is.
Tell me how you're excelling
As a husband.
as a husband.
I could use multiple examples, but for one, I'll say one I most recently did. I'll be trying like 100, like a million tactics, right? One of my most recent, my wife, she didn't even realize I was doing it. One day I just randomly sent her. I always send my thing is blue hearts. Sent her a blue heart. Love you, babe. Good morning. On my morning text. Next day, love you, babe. 2 hearts. Next day, love you, babe. I caught myself sending her just like three random hearts, and I said to myself, "Oh, what? Let me see how long I could go on with this heart. Like every day, I'm gonna add an extra heart. I want to see how long. Like this was real talk. Like little tactics. And I said, let me see if I could finish this thing throughout the year into the new year, right? Oh, long story short, I messed up, right? Went 21 days. I don't know about you, boy. I felt good about 21 hearts, like straight, everything good. No arguments, no disagreements.
Good. It only lasted for 21 days. So you said there 21 hearts.
Yeah, I'm giving you.
But that's the first example, the best example of exceeding and excelling as a husband?
Is that not crazy? First of all, this guy's a little slow, if you ask me. He's a little slow. It took him a long time to come up with this example, I feel like. But aside from him, let's just put him aside. What idiot woman is impressed by hearts after your man cheats on you and goes out and has...
gave you niggas money.
Sorry. That was totally on accident.
No, it wasn't.
I swear to God, it was. My mouse flipped upside down and I clicked it. I'm so sorry.
Oh, God.
It doesn't even go with the video.
It's just, you know what? That's my favorite Dave Chappelle skit ever. Oh, man.
My bad. Sorry, y'all.
Oh gosh. I was just sitting here and I'm just like, what kind of freaking woman would put up with this shit? Like, he's literally using emojis as like his little like hashtags for how many days he can stay faithful to her. 21 days. 21.
Good. I don't even think she knew what I was doing. I was sending hearts.
Like, he felt
And
so
every
smart.
day I can add a new heart. I'm just like, okay. Huh?
You know, she's looking at her text like, this stupid ass motherfucker, while she's probably sleeping with somebody else, I'm sure. Because this dude
Blue
ain't no
hearts.
cry. Yeah, blue hearts.
See, kind of how I view Fresh and Fit, right?
Yeah.
When they bring these women on, I view the same. I have the same. So the view I have is they purposefully bring a certain type of woman on to dunk on her. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're not talking to like married women or
women
who are divorced, but understand that there's only going to be a certain amount of men available to them and they need to focus on their kids. You know, sensible people. I feel like other podcasts do the same thing in regards to men. They bring on these idiot men who just talk. I'm trying to figure out what he thought his wife didn't notice he was doing by sending her an extra heart every day. And I got up to 21. Right. And the dude's like, okay, you lasted 21 days. You sent 21 hearts. Like, okay. What?
Oh gosh, I can't.
What? Where do you find these videos? Oh my God.
Girl, listen, whenever you send me something to look at, my timeline.
My influencer timeline?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of stuff you post. I'm gonna let you play it. I may have to pull it up because that video yesterday that you posted about the dude with the ship on the side of the street. Soonie.
What?
We talk all the time, okay, about this type of stuff. Why are you making light of the slavery ships, okay, of the slave ship? This was the most foolish. When this man said, we got a hair salon on board, and the hair salon, he said it was called the Sambo Salon. No, stop. Do I gotta pull it up, or you go pull it up? Because this is ridiculous. Pull it up. Oh my God! I pray to God.
Well, did you read the caption? Did you read the caption? You got to read the caption before you watch my videos to understand why I posted it.
I read the caption, Soonie, but the video really.
So you understand what I'm saying then?
Just play this video because the people are going to be like, "Wow, Soonie, first of all, where did you even find this video?" You asked me where I find my stuff. Where'd you find that?
Somebody told me about it, and I was like, I want to see this. And then they sent it to me, and I was like, oh, this is gold. This is gold. Like, what? I'm going to read the caption because I think it matters.
Okay.
I said, since y'all want to be African Americans and /slaves so bad, here's a man offering you a free ride back. I meant what I said. Let's press. What's the problem?
Okay, first of all, I'll tell you what my first thought was, because just maybe like a day or so ago, you had I think you had sent to me a comment that somebody sent to you because they were mad about something you said. And they said, why don't you go back to Africa? And you said, I'm not from Africa, I'm from here, which I totally agree with. I hate when people say that type of stuff, right? But then here you go, posting this video where this man is
let me read the caption. Since y'all want to be African Americans and slaves so bad, here is a man offering you a free ride back. I don't see where I'm inconsistent. I don't think I'm from Africa. They think they're from Africa. Everything about America is horrible.
Yeah.
So
no, I get what your caption was saying. I do get what your caption was saying. I'm not saying you're being inconsistent. I was just laughing because I was like, this girl, somebody done told her to get back on the ship, go to Africa. And now I'm sitting here not wanting to laugh at this video of this man with a rickety ass boat shipwreck on the beach. Okay. talking to a very nice couple on the side of the thing who are clearly offended because he's like you. He's like, I'm not from Africa.
Then maybe stop calling yourself African American.
Oh, well. Oh, Lord.
Stop referring to yourself as slaves. Stop saying America's so horrible. Stop saying it's so white supremacist, so racist, because then you leave people the room and space and opportunity to say, well, why won't you just go back to Africa? Now, when you just randomly say that to a black person, okay, I get it. Like, first of all, do you even know how I identify? Do you know? But it's safe to say that the majority of black people in this country refer to themselves as what?
African American.
African American.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was funny.
Oh, I didn't say it wasn't funny. I felt bad, honestly, laughing at it because I was like, it would have been different if the couple, like, I don't know, like, I feel like the couple was just like really offended by it, which maybe they're not a couple that identify. I don't know how they identify. If they want to be called black, if they want to be called African American, and you're just walking down the street and you come upon this nonsense.
Hey, bro. Okay. Look. If we can laugh at Republicans trying to make light of Hakeem Jeffries trying to push a degenerate culture at the forefront in politics, then we can laugh at this.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad. If you don't want people telling you to go back to your country, then stop identifying that you're from another country. If a Japanese person walked up to me and was like, I can't stand America, this, I would say, go back to your country then. If you don't like it here, go home. Go home, Roger.
But I don't think, and this is just my personal opinion, I don't care what you want to call yourself, black, African American, whatever. I don't care. Okay. I don't think everybody that says African American or refers to themselves as African American is necessarily claiming to be a slave.
Yes, they are.
Really?
Why else would you say you're an African American unless you believe you have some lineage to Africa, which is solely tied to slavery?
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out my video lag. Is it lagging on your side? Oh, okay. Because I'm like moving.
Look, people in the comment section. There's 21 people here. Y'all better pipe up. Quit being scared to discuss these things.
I was just gonna say,
if you don't think you're from Africa, then why do you claim African descent? Why?
What if your ancestry DNA says you have African descent?
I wouldn't believe it because who are you testing? You ain't got none of them people from back then to compare to my DNA. Who are you testing?
Your dad. It comes from your mom and your dad.
And that bloodline is so convoluted. Who are you testing? We got African Americans. They from the Congo. They're Nigerian, Somalian, Iranian. Those are all Africans.
Right. What's wrong with our comment section? I don't see no comments.
I don't see any comments either. I don't know if people are not commenting, but guys, do us a favor. The show only gets pushed out if we have active engagement. Thank you, Red Pill. I'm a Black American. Like, if you don't want somebody telling you, especially if you're going to complain, and I have to deal with this, right? I have to deal with people saying, go back to Africa, because the majority of people who look like me identify some sort of lineage from Africa. Then don't call yourself African American. Stop identifying as a slave.
I'm okay with whatever people want to call themselves.
I'm not.
Okay.
That's not the point I'm making. Call yourself whatever you want, but don't get mad when people say go back to Africa, and then you say I'm from here, but you call yourself African American. I can't believe you of all people are tapping from this conversation.
I'm not necessarily tapping.
This is funny.
I'm not tapping. I'm just kind of like indifferent to it because I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just don't think that, like, when people say I'm African American, I have African descent, so I'm African American, that they're necessarily saying I view myself as a slave that came over here on a slave ship. You know what I mean?
What are they saying, then?
I don't know. I don't really think they're thinking about it that deep, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean?
I'm
gonna eat my cake.
No, absolutely not. No, there's Black people in the comment section on Instagram. Shout out to you guys. Let's get the comment section going. Don't call me an African American. Look, I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Let me see if I can pull it up. 2 seconds. I'll pull this up real quick.
How come I can't see? We can't see comments from Instagram?
No, it won't show up on here.
Oh, damn. Okay, so some people, Michelle D, some people legitimately have African descent. Others do so because it gives them a right to complain about slavery and lack of reparations. FYI, Italians are from the country of Italy. How the fuck y'all claiming the entire continent? That's funny.
Okay. This is a study from 1969 where Black people tell you what they identify as. It wasn't until Jesse Jackson said this, I think it was the early 80s. We don't want to be called Negro anymore. This is why I also think it's imperative for people to know Black history before getting offended. Because I'm sorry, but the Black people, before you sensitive ones decided to take up a mantle and steal valor, most likely wanted to be called Negro. Okay? You know what they opposed the most? Being called colored. So you know when y'all say people of color, you're saying colored. You're saying something that was offensive. You know which was the least liked? The most liked out of this. This is colored people, Negroes, African American, Black Americans, most and least liked terms for their race. So this is Black people speaking out in 1969. Only 10% of them wanted to be called African American. What does that say to you?
Well, I know what you're trying to say. What does it say? Is there something more recent? That's 1969. How has the tables turned?
We don't have anything more recent because people have decided to go with African American because the race hustlers came out and said, we want to be called this, and didn't ask the rest of the Black population what they wanted. They sold slavery to Black people.
But see, and that's where I'm like, okay, did they need to ask the rest of the Black population what they wanted? Like, see, this is my thing. Go back to that chart. Go back to that chart real quick. I feel like whatever you want to be called, okay, I don't care. Yes, I agree with you. The race hustlers came in and hijacked that whole thing, right? So now in our minds, we're like seeing a distinct difference between African American and Black. But before that, we didn't. I didn't, at least. I didn't care.
But the people before you did. So my personal opinion doesn't matter just as much as yours doesn't matter. Because these people who were alive back then wanted to be called Negroes. They didn't want to be called African American because clearly a lot of those people fought to be Americans. They want to be recognized as Americans. Why do we fight for all these rights? Why do we fight to be looked at as equal? Was it to sit around and be called African Americans? That's not what I was taught. The school teaches that.
But then I'm going to bring in my least favorite word, which is the N word. And I hear people throwing that around. To me, that's tied to a negative connotation. And like,
what does it have to do with how people identify?
No. I'm just saying, like, talking about, well, we fought for equal rights. We fought to be whatever. Then let's stop using a word that was used by slave owners, right? That's where my
Nigga
mind
wasn't used by a slave owner.
Well,
I'm not gonna let you do that.
But I'm saying, like, the generational whatever movement put the slang word into effect with the A at the end and not the ER. Whatever you want to end it with, to me, it means the same thing. I know to you it's different. You have explained this many times, but to me, it's the same thing. And that's why I have a hard time with this conversation, because there's so much back and forth on the African American and the Black and the Negro and the whatever, colored people. Like, who cares? You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Unless I am like pointing you out in a room, right? And your color is going to make it easier. Like, just like somebody says, see that girl right there with the dark hair and whatever skin, then I'm going to use your color to identify you. Other than that, I don't give a shit about your color. I don't care where you originated from. I really don't. Not black, Italian, whatever. Okay? Whatever. That is my confusion with this conversation.
I don't think there's any confusion, though. I think it's blatantly clear.
Well, for you,
don't refer to somebody as a non-American when they're American. I don't see how that's not seen as offensive. I'm not African.
I don't think everybody is offended by whatever term somebody chooses to use. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think everybody is. You may feel a certain way about it, but
I never said everyone.
No. I'm not saying you're saying everyone. I'm saying I don't think everyone feels that way. You know what I mean? Like, I just think, I don't know. I just think the conversation is a no-win conversation always, which is why
winning. It's about understanding. It's about saying, okay, I never thought of it that way.
No,
that's it.
No, because I've heard this conversation a lot of times, and I haven't gotten there yet to where somebody has like pointed something out to me that I'm like, yeah, I never thought about it that way. I really haven't. I really haven't. Me personally, I have not. Apex Team Soonie. Bren Lee. Well, you are only African American if you have an African background and are an American. People from Haiti, Barbados, etc., are not African American, and neither do they refer to themselves as that. They refer to themselves as. I get it. No, I totally get it. We do. I totally understand, or some people do, but I don't understand why we care. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm going to be honest. It feels a bit dismissive. Like,
I'm not dismissing.
You don't have to care about it. But this is something that, like, this, I don't understand how people can watch a Candace Owens, hear her say that this population is suffering this way because they feel like they don't have an identity, want to fix the Black community, but then say this doesn't matter. This is an attachment to why people feel like they don't belong here, which is why they're angry, which is why they hate white people, which is why they walk around voting for the opposite side and doing anything counterproductive that's going to push them forward. How do we fix that if we don't want to talk about language and we're just conceding that?
So does everybody who wants to be called African American or refers to themselves as African American saying, I don't want to be here?
You keep saying everyone. I never quantified it. Okay. I'm not speaking in terms of all. I don't speak that way.
Okay. So then you're okay with people saying I consider myself fully, like, I love this country.
If you want to be called that, then
right.
Call yourself African American. But there are people who don't identify as such, which is why I thought the joke was funny. if this is what you want to be called, then be prepared to have these people tell you to take your ass back to your country since you don't like it here because you don't think this is your country. No way.
Yeah, and that's why I laughed at it because I thought it was funny too. Like I got the joke in the video. I was just like, in regards to the particular people that he was talking to, they were clearly offended by it because they were like, well, I didn't come over here on a slave ship. I'm not from a slave ship. Nor did they make it clear that these people referred to themselves as African American. You see what I'm saying?
I don't, be honest.
we don't know where these people stand. These people were just, all we saw was a video of these people walking in the street, and the guy, did this whole funny thing.
But it's a joke.
Yeah, I get it's a joke. I totally get it's a joke. I totally get that it's a joke. I understand because I laughed because I was like, dude, this is crazy that this guy has this whole setup on the side of the road. But then when I started to see like how upset this guy was getting, I was like, okay, well, how come he doesn't see the funny in it? He's getting very upset by it. Probably
because he understands what I understand. Mm-hmm. And don't throw no slave ship at me and don't call me African American. I'm from here. Mm-hmm. I would think that that's the only reason why someone would get offended, because if you identify with this background, then what are you so triggered for?
Right. I get it. I don't know. I think it just led into the conversation about the whole African American and Black titles, which I still don't understand. All right.
I had to restart for Instagram. Sorry, y'all. Okay.
People, let me read these comments. People are named after their country of origin, not a fucking continent. True. Soonie to real 100. I'm still trying to figure Mo out though. You can't figure me out, Marlandon. I'm an unsolvable puzzle, my friend. Well, okay. So along those lines, as you were speaking, I remembered this clip that I saw today from The View, and they had that's Billy D, man. He looks he's old, but I mean he's still, I don't know how old he is, but I mean he's still looking pretty decent. He's moving a little slow, but
almost right.
Yeah,
almost well into his 90s. He old.
I was thinking that he's got to be well into his 90s. Look it up look it up for me because I'm curious now while I'm playing this video. So anyways, he's on The View and a comment is made and I absolutely love the comeback. So here we go.
Looking at Lando Calrissian in my mind, and Lady Sings the Blues and Mahogany and just right. That's all just incredible. So you did start, as Whippy said, in the industry at a time when few people of color were on TV and in movies, and early.
Everybody's a people of color.
Yes. Well, a black man.
Well, a brown skin
man.
What was that phrase? The gender phrase. What do you call it?
Oh, toxic masculinity.
No.
Okay.
It's
binary fluidity. Gender fluid.
Gender fluid.
Yeah.
Gender fluid.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and my daughter got very excited about that.
Did she?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because she's a liberal.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Those damn liberals.
Let's go.
Yeah. Anyways, I watched the whole interview. They didn't know where to go after that. Okay. Because they were just like, oh shit, he's not down for this type of talk. We have to like shift it. So literally they were talking about Mahogany. They were talking about Star Wars. All they were doing was just talking about all his movies. And when he was on a soap opera, like all kinds of stuff, anything to, because I know they were about to be like, so what do you think about the current state of the country? They were like,
I love
yeah,
old people like that. Tell them straight, bro. Tell them the truth. He said, what?
Yeah.
Huh? You mean a brown person? We're all people of color? Like, what?
And did you hear them in the background? They're like, yeah. Oh man, it was pretty fire.
That's a dope clip. Can you send that to me?
Yeah.
Do you have to follow The View to see those, or does it just randomly pop up on your stuff?
This was on the Washington.
I swear I don't want to follow them.
This was on the Washington Examiner.
Okay. By the way, Billy D is 86 years old.
Dang.
He He was born April 6, 1937.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, he used to be so handsome. I used to think he was so handsome, like on when he was in Mahogany. Oh, girl.
Never seen that.
Billy,
But
you
even
never seen Mahogany?
no, I like old movies too.
Diana Ross. Is
I
in that
wonder
one.
if some of these people have control of their, Wikipedia pages. Because when you look at every other Black person, it says an African American actor, and his says an American actor. I respect old people like this, bro. Get it right. Call me an American.
That's awesome.
I like this.
That's awesome. I love it.
Cool. I've never seen any of his movies except for Star Wars. Yeah.
You got to watch Mahogany. That's with Diana Ross. That's a classic.
Oh God, her face bothers me, bro. She's just got a very just like permanent scowl.
But she was super young in this movie, and so was he. Like, this was a long time ago, this movie.
Okay, maybe I'll watch it.
It's a good movie.
Maybe I'll watch it.
He's a lover. It's like a love story. So
can I read this to you real quick?
Go ahead.
I just want to read.
Go ahead.
So this came off of my post. This will be a good segue. Before I do this, do we have any more culturally related topics, or are we going into politics now?
Tiffany Haddish.
Okay, let's talk about that real quick, and then I'll read this.
No, you read yours while I get the other thing ready.
Okay. So this has to do with the topic we'll be discussing later, which is Donald Trump's pick for VP. And I posted it. I did a little funny thing to go with it. And someone came in the comment section and said, he needs to pick Senator Tim Scott. And I said, why on God's green earth would he pick Senator Tim Scott? And I want you guys to hear what this woman told me. She said, well, he's the only Black Republican in Senate. His grandfather was a cotton picker who couldn't read or write. He grew up with a single mother and was told by his father he'd never amount to anything. He fought to get the Confederate flag removed from the state capitol grounds, which is erasing history, which is communism. Okay. He worked with Cory Booker to designate lynching as a federal hate crime. And he was a key player in the development of the First Step Act. Do you think any of those things make him suitable for a VP position?
No.
Okay.
No.
We'll get into that.
But I'm going to play a video when we get to the Trump VP thing where he's talking about Tim Scott, and Tim Scott is sitting in the front row. And he's you guys will see that in a little bit.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
That just popped up. Somebody literally just commented that.
That's really funny though. That's interesting. She said that with seriousness.
He was a cotton picker.
Right, exactly. Red Pill said so nothing, basically. Oh man, I can't stand. I'm sorry. Tim Scott, I mean, I don't want to say I can't stand him, but I can't stand him. I don't know what it is about him. He just annoys me.
I get it.
Like the more time goes on. Okay, so Tiffany Haddish, I'm going to show a video of her talking on the plane, but says she's going to be in Israel to observe for herself what is going on in the Gaza Strip. And she actually got choked up defending herself against her harshest critics because people were coming for her in the comment section. She went on TMZ Live on Wednesday, all the way up from the Holy Land, telling us how her visit is already educating her on the war in the Middle East. First of all, let's take a little vote in the chat by ones and twos. One, if you think Tiffany was paid to go to Israel to do all this mess, and two, if you don't. Okay.
Oh, we're voting in the chat. Okay.
Yeah, we're voting in the chat, but Soonie's already put her vote in. She's clearly a one. Okay. She says it's opening her eyes beyond what she read in the news or has seen online. Tiffany says she wanted to take it all in for herself and experience what's happening on the ground because she doesn't tend to believe everything she sees, reads on the internet. So what has she learned? Well, she says folks were dragged from their homes and taken hostage during October 7th attack. Not just that, but she explains how people were unalived and kidnapped at a music festival that day too. You had to go all the way to Israel for that there, Tiff? I mean, all of that information was just floating around on the internet in a video for you to just basically reiterate what we all just saw in posts that were targeting at us. She explains how people were killed. Okay, I already said that. Noting that while hundreds of the hostages have been released since October, hundreds more still remain in captivity. Tiffany landed Tuesday in Israel and tells us she is also there to see the weight and weigh the scope of Israel's retaliation against Hamas, which has left over 30,000 Palestinians dead. It's a complicated situation, of course, with lots of religion and politics involved. But Tiffany says the biggest thing to her is the human aspect, and she wants peace on both sides. While Tiffany confirms she has Jewish ancestry, 5 years ago via DNA testing, she tells us she's not only concerned about Jewish people in Gaza, she also worried about the Palestinians, and she insists that shouldn't be lost on anyone who is critical of her. So, yeah, this is quite interesting. Oh, you got it right there.
Yeah, I just wanted to pull the photo up so people know who we're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, so let's pull up the video. This is her on the plane. That's pretty much the still shot that Soonie showed you, but here's the video of her speaking.
I'm sorry, Yamanika. I'm sorry, Yamanika. I'm going without you. I'm sorry. I'm going to go meet my future man out there. I'm out. Going to the Holy Land. I suggest you all do it. Why go? Why not go? On my way to Isreal.
So these are some of the comments she's getting. Really, Tiff? Wow. Honestly, there's so much I could say, but damn, this is heartbreaking. You are not a safe space and your instincts are inherently flawed and dangerous. Yes, I'm out. You're on the wrong side of history. Free Palestine. You must be out your rabbit ass mind. Israel ain't Compton, okay? Did you not get the memo, love? Israel is committing genocide. Don't listen to me. Listen to Jewish activist JVPNY, blah, blah, blah. Go to see with your own eyes. What are you looking to see? Hope you have some conversations with Palestine and see what truly lies on the other side. Yeah, so they were coming for her. But yeah, this had you were paid to go to Israel written all over it.
All over it. Yep.
You don't look serious at all on that plane, girl. She's like, I'm going there to meet my new man. She probably drinking a screwdriver, getting drunk, going to the Holy Land.
Looks like a screwdriver too.
Yeah. Seriously, I'm telling you. I mean, I would probably have more respect for her if she was visiting both sides. And then just because that's how you really see what's going on. And just for the YouTube police, we're not saying what's really going on here. We don't know. Free Palestine, protect the Jews. But yeah, like, you know, sorry guys. We got to do that or they're just going to take us down altogether. I mean, I said Gaza too many times already. You know, Hamas. Anyways, what do you got to add to this?
I agree with you. I think she was paid. And I think a lot of these Black celebrities who are racing to go over to another country should take the advice from the likes of Candace Owens, who I'm very much so liking a lot, by the way. America first. We need to fix what's wrong here at home. We need to focus on ridiculous legislation that is passing here at home, and they can handle themselves. It has nothing to do with us. If you have ancestry there because you found out from 23andMe, I think you should reconsider how you even found that information to be.
Oh my gosh. I just got an update from Ancestry, and guess what? I'm 1% Jewish. Not to mention,
I'm quitting the show.
Hold on. What? Let me tell you the good news. so my African descent actually decreased now. So I'm 16% African descent, 1% Jewish. I basically can withdraw funds from both sides of the reparation game. You know what I mean?
I quit.
I'm just saying, cut me a check. Cut me a check.
I quit.
I'm a black Jew, a black Puerto Rican Jew at that. Oh man,
that explains a lot.
What, that I'm a Jew?
Yeah,
it kind of does. I know.
Dang, why you have to tell me that?
This
is worse than you telling me you were potentially lesbian.
You know what, Soonie?
What?
If I bought you an Ancestry DNA kit, would you take it?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not giving my DNA to some weird company. This is not happening. No.
Dude, wouldn't y'all love for Soonie to read her live DNA results?
No.
You're gonna be you know what you're gonna be like? Because I live for these videos. The black people that get Ancestry DNA and then they find out they have more Western European bloodline than anything. And they sit on the YouTube crying, girl. Yeah, basically. That's funny.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not doing no damn 23 of me. No.
Well,
but
they
I
got
can't
my
believe
DNA.
you are 1% freaking Jew, bro. Like what?
I know.
I'm
Is the
gonna
1%
troll you for the rest of your life now.
I'm just gonna hashtag I'm a Jew. Like I'm probably gonna put. I would say I'm gonna put the Israeli flag in my bio on Instagram.
Oh.
And the no, listen. What if I put the African and the Israeli and the USA and the Puerto Rican? What if I just put all the flags in my DNA profile?
Do it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna challenge you to do it. Do it.
Okay.
Tonight.
Let's
After
see
the
how
show.
many. I wonder how many characters I'm allowed. You're unfollowing me because I'm a Jew? Jacqueline, you racist. You Jew hater.
Oh man. Listen. I quit. I quit this show. I quit this platform. I quit. Maybe I shouldn't quit. Maybe I should utilize Mo, get to where I want to be, and then just kick you to the curb at the end of it.
Think about it. I do wear wigs and cover my hair quite a bit. That really does make me like a Jewish woman.
Okay. You're
Do you think I can get some Jewish? Do you think I can get some like Jewish, like just some accessories in Amazon by like Friday show or what?
Do it. Why not? Wait, are you serious? Are you playing? Like you really have your ancestry updated for real? Are you playing?
Oh no, I'll show it to you. You want me to show it to you? I'll show it to you. Hold on, I'll send
Only
you
if it doesn't have any revealing information on it.
No, I'm
just. Are you gonna send it to me? Okay.
I'll send you I'll send you like the part that shows it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I cannot believe this.
I know.
I'm low key like shook right now, bro. What?
Yeah.
Mo is part Jew. What the heck?
I know. I'm so like I just feel like I matter now. You know, like.
So now I can't say anti-Semitic things anymore because she can accuse me of anti-Semitism.
Does that give me more money? Oh my God! I'm already talking like a Jew. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
YouTube channel. It'll save all of our platforms. I heard it. You do sound like a Jew.
I said, does it give me more money? That was like the most Jewish thing I could have ever said. Why is it not?
We're gonna get canceled for this episode, but it's okay.
I know, right? I'm about to get a YouTube strike right now.
We're taking this episode down after the show's over.
Hey, man.
Said I sound like a Jew already.
I think so. 702. I do. I'm so proud of myself.
What else? Everybody watching on IG?
If you're Jewish and you're watching us, give me some tips on how to be a better Jew.
Well, first you better pick up the Torah.
Yeah. Oh, I'll
See,
order.
look, already being a bad Jew. Talking about yeah.
I'll order the Torah for dummies on Amazon for next day delivery. Okay, where's my?
What up? Julius said, "Good evening. How are you all doing?"
Oh, we're doing great. Julius, are you Jewish?
Well, red pill. Absolutely not.
Wow.
You cannot say that on YouTube. No.
Yeah, you can't. Take that. Delete that comment. Red Bull, you're trying to get us canceled, dude? What are you doing?
Nobody else saw that. I cannot believe you just posted that.
Hold on.
Okay.
You got. I got to scroll all the way down to the bottom of my DNA because it's like the very last thing. Okay, here it is.
Why you do that? I can pull this up.
Okay, I'm sending it to you on WhatsApp. I just screenshotted like the bottom part of it.
Did you know that there were Black country artists before Beyonce decided to go country?
Yeah, There's a really cute one. I can't remember. P told me about him. He's like a younger guy, but he's cute. He's mixed.
Kane Brown.
Kane Brown. Oh my God, he's so adorable. I like him.
Yeah. Well, this kind of bothered me. All right, because we keep giving Beyonce all this. She's already the queen. Okay, you can't do nothing. You can't have an opinion because the Beehive is gonna come out against you. So they are now crediting country Beyonce for discovering Black country artists. Now they have the ability to discover them. And in my head, I'm just like, y'all didn't know that there were Black country artists before this heifer decided to make a mediocre country song? What the hell? Oh, she came down for a minute.
I'll be right back. Okay.
Huh? And then I started to think like, I know plenty of country artists that are Black, and I was listening to them well before Beyonce went and did country. In fact, the main person that I think we should be like bigging up is K Michelle. K Michelle was doing country. She's actually rooted in the capital country. She's from Tennessee, Memphis. She's in Nashville. She's been putting out country music for at least over a year now, and nobody ever gives her credit for country. But because Beyonce did it, now we're discovering all these talented Black country artists. I'll be right back, y'all. Hold on. Computer's finna die. Sorry, I'm back.
Me too.
Computer was finna die. Okay. Ray Charles, Aaron Neville. Who else y'all go throwing at us? Darius Rucker, Kane Brown. Okay, so everybody knew that there was a country artist, but Beyonce's getting credit for discovering or for helping other Black people discover all these country artists. And I thought it was funny. I'm like, damn, bro, y'all, we can't have nothing nice. We can never have nothing nice. Y'all just gotta ruin the moment. Oh my God.
Listen, I had to be with white people. I'm sorry I stepped away.
My God.
I had to be with the people. So This will save. No, this will save us on YouTube. This will save us, right?
Will it?
It will, right?
You're going to your pilgrimage?
No, I mean, like, if they see the flag in the background, like, YouTube will like us. They're not gonna like flag this video.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna see like they're gonna see a brown person next to me and Israel in the background, and it's.
You are a freaking clown. You are goofy as hell, bro.
Look at, I kind of look like I belong here, though. Okay, go off, Wheeling Wall. What's up, brother?
This is why I love Mo. Like, you have my dry humor. Nobody else. People would get sensitive over this, but this is funny to me.
Yeah, what's bad about this? I'm just showing some touristy spots in my great country of Israel. Wait.
She said in my great country of Israel.
Hold on.
Everybody's dropping black country artists on Instagram. Shout out to y'all, bro. Shout out to y'all. It says Mo's real.
Mo's real. Exactly.
Mo. I'm going to keep this American flag here because I don't have 1% of Jew in me.
Did you get my DNA? I sent it to you.
Hold, I'm going to look right now. I got to pull this up.
Oh, man.
Oh, my Lord.
I don't know if I could date a guy with those little curls.
That is insane to me. Absolutely not. I would never, ever, ever do that. That scares me.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not lying. She's 1% Jew.
I'm 1% Jew. Soonie just verified it.
Man. Yeah.
Anyways.
What are we going to do?
What are we going to do? Okay. So before I bring up this information, I just need to ask a random question. If I said Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, what's the first thing that would come to y'all's mind? Put it down. The audience. Anybody. The audience obviously put in the chat. You can tell me. What do you think?
Wrestling.
Wrestling, that's the first thing? Okay.
Yeah. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I would think of.
Okay. We're gonna move
Kevin
on from the question. Steroids, Kevin Hart. Okay. I mean, our audience may be. Oh wow, our audience may be too smart for this question. JC says a shill. Okay.
Josh, he said shill.
Yeah, our audience may be a little too smart for this question. I don't know. We'll see. But in the meantime, we'll talk about. As you guys are coming in with your responses, we'll talk about who Trump says he's going to be picking for his, or who we think he's going to be picking. He's giving us a little hint on who he's going to be picking for his VP.
Yeah, Tooth Fairy. Sorry to cut you off, but somebody said Tooth Fairy on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got to put those responses up.
Okay. I can't, but I'll read them off every now and then when they come in.
You can't pin them? Nope.
They don't allow, and StreamYard doesn't allow you to pin comments from Instagram over here.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it's The Rock. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What like as of late, like what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? All right, so let's see what Trump had to say on his interview with Laura Ingraham on Fox News in regards to the question she asked him, which is, who are you thinking about running as your VP?
Is going to pick a female vice president in 2020. What qualities are you looking for in your vice presidential pick?
Well, always the first quality has to be somebody that you think will be a good president, because if something should happen, you have to have somebody that's going to be a great president. A lot of people are talking about that gentleman right over there.
He's pointing to it.
And he's been so great. He's been such a great advocate. I have to say, this is in a very positive way, Tim Scott. He has been much better for me than he was for himself. I watched campaign, and he doesn't like talking about himself. But boy, did he talk about Trump. And I said, I called him. I said, Tim, you're better for me than you were for yourself. But he's fantastic, and he's a fantastic person.
Someone who can step into the role.
Most importantly, you have to view that.
The audience has been asked who they think would be a good choice, and various names came up. One of them was, of course, Vivek Ramaswamy. Yeah. He's made a big splash. Ron DeSantis, who's making an appearance today in South Carolina, we just found out. Obviously, Tim Scott, Byron Donalds, and a big presence here for Tulsi Gabbard. Very interesting. And Kristi Noem as well, I should say. Right. Are they all on your short list? And when can we expect that you will announce your choice?
The one thing that always surprises me is that the VP choice has absolutely no impact. It's whoever the president is. It just seems. I remember when Sarah Palin was actually picked. She did have a big up, and then they just went after her at a level that nobody's seen. The Republicans themselves went after what they did.
But you'll be a one-term president because you've already served, so you can only serve for one term, although they say you'll never leave office. I assume that you'll never leave. There'll never be another election
don't
again.
Do it. He'll never leave. He's never going. Oh, these people. They are
so for that reason, it is important who you pick.
I think it's very important. But look, first is that, as we said, it has to do with whoever is, it's a very important position for that reason. You would like to get somebody that could help you from the voter standpoint. And honestly, all of those people are good. They're all good. They're all solid. And I always say, I want people with common sense because there's so many things happening in this country that don't make sense. Who wants an open border? Who wants high interest rates? Who wants all electric vehicles? And they're fine, but you want to have choice. You want to go to combustion. You want to go to any hybrid. I think the hybrid are much better from that standpoint. But we were talking about faucets. We're talking about so much. It's all based on common sense. We want a strong military. We want choice in education. We want to have things that can really make our country great again. What we're doing with the open border is a disaster. We are destroying our country. We're going to change that fast, and we're going to get your energy prices down.
Mr. President, thank you so much for this.
All right. What do you think about that?
I thought that was freaking funny. I'm sorry. He said the VP doesn't determine elections anyway. It's all about the president. I was like, damn, way to put your potential VP in his place. Like, it's about me. I don't know. He said you did more. Pretty much what I heard him tell Senator Tim Scott was, you kissed my ass a whole lot.
Yeah.
You didn't do nothing for yourself.
That's what I heard too. That's exactly. And I was like, damn. And Tim over there smiling like, thank you, sir. Like,
thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh man. So when he said the VP doesn't determine elections, that may have been true in other elections, but I think in this election, Trump, you are going to be sadly mistaken if you don't think who you pick as VP is going to play a huge difference, especially since the last one you picked, made all the difference in the world according to you yourself.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
It's not just who could potentially be the president in the case that the president can't perform his duties. It's also in the case where he's the tying vote in a situation, right? Like overturning election results. So, Mr. President, I do want to say to you, it does matter.
See, this is.
There's a big difference. There's a big
Trump's
difference.
Getting a little too big for his britches, man.
I think there's a big difference between Vivek Ramaswamy and Tulsi Gabbard. Okay. Like you go get a whole different voting group, depending on which one of those.
But you know what? When Tulsi Gabbard was being, the baby's awake. When Tulsi Gabbard was being heavily promoted in conservative crowds, do you remember this? This is probably 2 years ago. Yep. Everybody was loving Tulsi Gabbard. Oh, she's refreshing. Oh, she left the Democrat Party. That is going to be a determining factor for a lot of conservatives.
She's a liberal. Her voting record.
But conservatives are liberal. Conservatives are moderate.
True.
Like me. That's not really going to sway much for them. I'm just being honest. I'm I'm going off of trends and I'm going off of patterns.
Yeah.
They embraced her and accepted her with open arms, specifically because of how she left the Democrat Party, how she calls them out. A lot of people got upset with me when I talked about her affiliations, where she stood on war, how she feels about weapons. So I don't think people should sleep on the fact that she has made it to the VP conversation from his mouth.
Right.
It came from him. It didn't come from nobody else. Now, I personally think he's going to pick Ramaswamy. I do. But I think that people shouldn't sleep on Tulsi Gabbard and just rule her out because she's a contender as well. I don't see Kristi Noem being a contender. I don't see Ron DeSantis being a contender. He was insanely unpopular in his run for president. That would be like electing Kamala Harris, which we all stood firmly against. No, he didn't poll less than 1%, but he also didn't poll above 50, if I'm not mistaken. You guys can quote me on that or fact check me, which is fine. Here for it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be smart of him. Definitely Bren not to run Ron. The guy, I don't think so. I think it would be smart of him to choose Vivek only because Vivek reaches a younger crowd of people. And I think people respond really well to Vivek. Like, I think if Trump wasn't in the race, Vivek would be their next choice. The reason why I asked you about The Rock was because, conservatives are so cringy sometimes because they love to call people out and they're just like, like JC said, he's a shill and, he's part of the Illuminati and blah, blah, blah. Like those are all the things I hear. Right. And then people are like, Vivek is going to save our country. Right. So I was like, when I saw this, I was like, oh Lord, what are they going to do? Because this is going to cause a whole lot of confusion. Look at that. So here's Vivek with The Rock.
Oh Lord.
Posing with a big old smile at the Daytona 500. Now, that, of course, you guys, I know just because he's in a picture with somebody doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that they're buddy. It doesn't mean that Vivek is part of the deep state. Okay. I'm sure Vivek likes The Rock's movies like everybody else. If I saw The Rock, I would be like, what's up, man? Like, listen, I can separate in my mind, wrestling fan, movie fan from whatever this guy believes politically. Okay. But I just thought it would be funny to bring this up because,
you make a good point.
Yeah.
You make a good point. Me, I would have never, I didn't even see that. I think I would have just trolled the people in the comment section, but you do make a good point of where are people going to, how are they going to address Ramaswamy going forward? Because Trump has stamped he's given his stamp of approval.
So now he's going to be in a lot of things. Yep.
Everybody is like, yay, Ramaswamy. So, I think he's going to be the VP, Red Pill, and I think you're going to be upset for 4 years until that man is gone.
The Rock is dressed immodest. Come on, Julius, if you had some muscles like that, you'd be wearing that same shirt. I guarantee you.
Oh gosh.
I'm not mad at
Why
it.
Not
but
a black man?
Let me tell you this though, fellas, if you're watching and you like to work out in the gym, there is nothing more unattractive. Oh, let me take Red Pill's comment down so you can see. There is nothing more unattractive than a man with an upper body like this wearing skinny jeans with legs this skinny. Nothing. It is so... I won't for the life of me understand. And I get, guys, it's a little bit harder for you guys to get in the gym and do the legs, but it can be done because I know guys that work out their legs and they're proportioned, okay, to their body. This right here, I don't understand. That
get it right. What you doing?
Yeah. I don't know about that. I would hide my muscles. My muscles is for my wife only. Well, get a wife and then come back to me. Okay. First get a wife and then you tell me. But in the meantime, you're going to be showing muscles if you had muscles because you got to get a wife. Okay. And some ladies like that. She ain't going to come to you if you hiding all that. All right.
That.
Okay. Let's see.
Can we talk about these god awful Trump shoes since we're on the topic of Trump?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
These shoes are horrendous. Like,
they're like knockoff Gucci's.
I just want to know, where were they made? That's all I want to know.
China.
Were they made in China or not?
Probably.
Because the person the person who bought the shoes that the media is now calling a Russian oligarch has not spoken out on whether they were made in China or not. But these were the shoes that Trump released at SneakerCon. They are $399. Okay. I think it's $421.92 when you order them. So that's with tax. Over $400. Trump also has these god awful shoes. I don't know if you guys saw these. These shoes are horrific. He's selling them for $199. These are the worst shoes imaginable. He's also selling Victory 47. Okay.
Oh, perfume.
For $99.
You
now,
smell rich.
I want to know how you think. Everybody already knows what I think. I want to know what you think about this whole thing.
I'll be honest with you about the like when I saw all the stuff about the shoes, like I was just like, who freaking cares? Okay. Now, that being said, I'm on my rant lately about things that annoy me about conservatives and conservative talking points. And Christina's saying here, grifter. He's a capitalist. He's always been a capitalist. He makes no qualms about being a capitalist. This is exactly what he's doing, is being a capitalist. Yes, I get it's a little tacky because you're running for president. Everybody knows you're rich, but the man's got bills to pay. You know, he's got money to raise. And he's a capitalist. He's not a liberal. So I'm not really like hating on the perfume and the sneakers and all this other stuff. It's not what I would do personally. But on one hand, we're like, we got to do what the right is doing and play their game. And he's doing that. And then we criticize him for it. You know, then conservatives like to be like, Black people, stop playing victim. And then conservatives are like, stolen election. We're being defrauded. We're like, make up your mind. Like, what are we doing? Are we capitalists today? Are we victims today? What are we doing? Okay. For me personally, on this particular issue, sell the sneakers if somebody wants to. I'm sure people are going to buy them. They're collector's items. Make your money. He's selling NFTs. You forgot about the NFTs.
Oh, that's old. He's been selling those.
I know, but still, that's another thing he's selling, right?
So do what you do, right? You're a capitalist.
Yeah.
But don't get on a stage and talk about the cost of living and then sell shoes for $399 because he made almost $500,000 off these shoes alone. So I don't want to hear it. That if you're going to talk about the cost of living, if you're going to talk about inflation, I know she feel the same way too. If you're going to talk about all these things while you are running for presidency, then I don't think it is wise or smart to sell shoes and only offer 1,000 of them, okay, for $399, $432.92 to be exact, and then sell these Raggedy Ann looking shoes
you gotta
for $199. But listen, how are you talking about Americans and them being broke, and then you put these shoes out?
Well, you know, and this is the Jew in me speaking, okay?
Jesus. How did you find this out?
I love it. I love it. I love being a Jew. It's amazing. I think that yes, he talks about, you know, inflation and all this other stuff, but truth be told, I think that anybody who wants a collector's item that they could probably, because they're selling these shoes like for $2,500 to $3,000 on eBay, right? So if you're smart, it doesn't matter how you vote. You're going to buy the freaking shoes if you can afford them. You know, not everybody's broke. Not everybody's suffering when they go to the grocery store. I wouldn't pay $350 for a pair of Nikes or a pair of Jordans. That's just me. And I also wouldn't pay $350 for this. I wouldn't pay $99 for perfume. Okay. I go to TJ Maxx and I look and wait till they got the Gucci on the shelf there. And I be buying, Gucci perfume off the TJ Maxx shelf for $35. That's just me personally. There are people that are going to buy this stuff and never open it. You know what I mean?
I think people just have this energy because it's Trump. I do. It's like it's a bias with Trump. Come on. To deny that is to deny reality.
Nah.
You would not feel the same way if Biden did this.
First of all, if Biden did it, wait, has he done something like this? Has he sold anything?
That doesn't matter. If Biden were to do this, you and other people would be like, how tone deaf can you be when you are effing up this country and you have the nerve to sell these shoes for $399?
Well, see, but that's a different thing. But see, that's a different thing. Because if you're the reason why the country's fucked up, you can't be selling no sneakers.
Trump is also the reason we have inflation because of COVID. He contributed to that.
I know. But at the same time, listen, I got to have, again, the Jew in me is speaking.
Bias.
Listen, the Jew.
Bias.
Listen, he's fighting for us, Soonie, and he's going through all these lawsuits. Shut up. Just let the Jews speak. Okay. He is going from one lawsuit to another, one impeachment after another for us, the American people. Not really, but I'm speaking.
Listen, don't tell nobody.
No, wait. I'm speaking for the Trump people right now. Oh God! Oh, damn. Anyways, you heard what I had to say.
Shh.
She did.
She said shh.
She said shh because you said shh. This is Ruben.
Shh. This Ruben.
Oh man, hold on one second. Anyways, that's just where I stand with it. I personally do. I think those sneakers.
You are a
ugly.
Trumper.
You know what I think?
I don't even know why I asked you.
No,
I should have known.
No, I'm not a Trumper. I'm a capitalist. Okay. You know what I think though? I kind of feel like he might be up for another lawsuit because of them red bottoms and the style of the shoe is like exact to like a Gucci shoe. And I think that what if Gucci wants to come through because they're super on the left and sue him and he's gonna get himself caught up in another case.
Oh well.
Damn.
What you get? Hi. Okay. Shh. My bad. She's so
what?
She talks now, and she interacts, and she knows what's going on. So she said hi, and I said hi, and she said shh.
Oh my gosh, you're teaching her bad habits.
Shh. Can you hear her doing it?
Yeah, I hear her doing it.
Oh snap. So it's safe to say that me and Mo are not somewhere in the middle when it comes to Trump shoes.
Yeah.
Hey, sell the shoes, right? I don't care. Sell the shoes.
Right.
But don't get on the stage and be like, guys, your taxes are so high.
Yeah.
But go buy my shoes for $199.
I mean, he could have done a Kanye move, right? And been like, for a limited time, I'm gonna sell like 500, whatever. Like we're gonna make a ton of stock and everything's $20. Because Kanye made a killing on that. He could have raised that them fees to pay New York real quick.
Hell yeah. Real quick. Bye. Are you guys ready to talk about some legislation? I know that's what a lot of people came here for.
Did they?
You know, somebody told me that. They were like, dude, I only watch you to listen to you talk about policy and legislation. I low-key kind of felt insulted because I'm like, damn, really?
Who dat? Chime in the comments if you're here to listen to some legislation. Who dat?
Who don't like you?
Speak now.
How many of y'all want to hear about this legislation and policy? And how many of you enjoy hearing about legislation and policy?
Wait,
let
really
us know
quick.
in the comment section below. Yeah.
And while you vote, I'm gonna really quickly touch on this trucker story really quick. Just in case some of y'all fall off on the legislation talk. because I don't want to lose anybody on this.
Yeah,
'cause
she
this is
do
an
me.
interesting one.
Yeah, she do me.
No, I ain't doing you wrong. But see, this is what the Jews do: is they push you out of the way and then they step in front of the light. So that's what I'm
You was
embracing.
doing that before you was a Jew. Quit blaming that on the Jews.
Okay, so Fox News came out with this headline that said truckers to boycott driving to New York City after $355 million fraud ruling against Trump, right? Well, I read this and I was just like, like I'm so sick of these boycotts that kind of do nothing, because I was thinking back to like all the other boycotts that they've done that do nothing, like the Bud Light boycott, the Target boycott. Meanwhile, the company is thriving, but they've laid off a ton of middle worker, lower level worker people. So the people are the ones that are suffering, right? So I was just like, I don't understand these boycotts, blah, 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 blah. Well, I found a comment in an article from one of the truckers that gave an interview. And he basically, I'm going to try to read the quote here. So it says truckers have now started reacting to the headlines that they are going under boycott. And it says even Wisconsin trucker Chicago Ray, who launched the calls for boycott, backed off action on Monday. Just to be clear, he said, I'm no figurehead of any movement. I'm not leading, nor have I encouraged or am I encouraging anyone to do anything other than what they were doing prior to the ruling Friday in New York City. I'm just a trucker who heard chatter and I reposted it on Twitter. Okay. So somehow they made this guy the poster child for this whole boycott. Another trucker on TikTok with the handle Blue Collar Trucker suggested that there might be further problems with parking, crime, and traffic that contributed to this whole boycotting trucker situation. So apparently somebody, I don't know if it's the media, if it's the internet, basically hijacked this trucker strike, which had nothing to do with Trump. It actually had to do with laws that are affecting them in New York. And they made this headline to get all the crazy Trumpers riled up. And they're like, yeah, boycott, let's put people out of jobs. Let's make sure they're already suffering. Like, let's make sure they don't get their bread and their eggs and all this other shit. And just like keep sinking them even more because they vote for shitty politicians. Like, I wanted to bring this to the forefront because I wanted to clear this up because people are forwarding this headline and I'm like, that's not what's happening. So carry on with your legislation.
Lord. That's actually really sad that the news has that much power to manipulate people into thinking this has something to do with Trump when it has everything to do with your poor legislation.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad to me.
Yeah.
What makes it even sadder is that people fall for it.
Mm-hmm. That's why I like when we dispel the rumors. I like that we do a lot of dispelling of the fake headlines,
I like that too. I think that's something unique about our show. It's not many people on this side will do it. Julius is going at it with the mostly peaceful.
Check your DM.
Check my DMs. Okay, I'm looking. Let me look. Are they talking about me again?
The mostly peaceful Latinas were talking about you? Dun, dun, dun,
Whoa. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to send this to you. My phone is about to die.
On Instagram?
Yeah. My phone died. Can you send it to Mo, please? Both of my phones are dead.
Send it to me on Instagram.
I got it. I forgot my computer's up.
What's going on? Is it spicy?
It's disgusting is what it is.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, Julius. Man, he's quick with it. Julius sent an attachment. What is this? This guy has a message for all of you. Okay, let me put this up here. So this is a Anthony Aguero live. People, okay, let's listen to what he has to say. This already looks weird.
Le presento a Charo Leonela. Miren esta preciosura, hermosa, bella. Muchachos, ella es la que me mantiene. Por eso yo no trabajo, porque el gobierno le da lo que le pertenece a mi hija por ser ciudadana americana. ¿Capichi? No tengo necesidad de trabajar porque, bueno, muchachos, como pocos, esta princesita ya, por ser americana, ya recibe mucho dinero. ¿Capichi? Y bueno, como pocos, muchachos, mírenla. Aquí ustedes pueden ver el arte hecha realidad. Y bueno, muchachos, muchos querían saber de dónde yo pago el dinero, dónde saco yo el dinero. Muchachos, la vuelta es tener hijos en Estados Unidos. ¿Sí o no, mi amor? ¿Sí o no, mi amor? Charo, mira, dile a estos seguidores que me den un besito. Pues. Dígale, papá, muchacho, aquí está la mina de oro. La mina de oro. Charo, ¿quién es la mina de oro? Ahí está. Yo. Hay gente.
That's disgusting.
Bro, it is disgusting.
That guy, who is
He's
that guy?
outright.
Why do people seem
I
to
don't
know
know.
who this is? We hate Charo. Who is Charo?
He needs to be deported like now. I'm assuming he's somebody who has some sort of a social media following, and he put this information out. But this segues into the topic we were trying to have anyway, which is Mayor Adams' debit card program for migrants. I just don't have anything nice to say, so I'm going to refrain from speaking because it's going to be ignorant. But
on this program,
just not this program in particular, but just like the whole overarching issue, like the whole overarching discussion of migrants and immigration. And I get that people come here legally, right? And they do things the right way. I'm glad that those people do that. But I do believe there are far more people coming here illegally than they are legally, and absolutely taking advantage of our resources that don't go to us, that don't go to our veterans, that don't go to the homeless, right? That don't go to these children that you claim are hungry,
right?
That don't go to these trafficked kids. Like the list can go on and on and on about none of the monies that we see. Our tax-paying dollars, okay? This is the Mayor Adams debit card program for migrants. They are going to be receiving up to $10,000 of our tax-paying money.
I heard it's more now, 15 something.
Wow. They are not checking IDs. There are no restrictions and no fraud control. And this guy literally said, you can also just come here and have a baby. That'll work too. Like,
man,
it has to make you think, right? I talk about the uniparty. I know you don't talk about the uniparty much, but I talk about the uniparty being a real reality in this country. And that's, in my opinion, there is no shadow government. There's no deep state. There's the uniparty running shit.
Correct.
And we keep voting for them, right? Because people were so happy to get Kevin McCarthy out of office, and we have this dude, Mike Johnson, in office, who is doing nothing to secure the border, but doing everything in his power to fund foreign wars and foreign nations that have nothing to do with anything at home. Do you share the same thought?
Yes,
that they're working in tandem together.
Yes. In fact, and I was trying to find it while you were talking, because I was listening to a Candace Owens podcast the other day, or from her show. She actually does a really good segment on this exact thing and equates it to a speech that Hillary Clinton gave. I wish I could pull it up right now because it was amazing. But she's like, did you basically hear her admit to the fact that they manufacture wars? They manufacture wars to basically get rich. Okay. It's
yes.
Yeah, it's on her episode, something about this changed my life forever, my childhood trauma revealed. And she talks about 9/11 because she's equating it back to the fact that like 9/11 was one of those things, the Ukraine, the Russia stuff, all of this. And then she says, and oh, by the way, this immigrant thing is a war that they have waged against America to do the exact same thing. And so she does an excellent job of connecting the dots. And I highly recommend everybody go watch it. Again, My Childhood Trauma Revealed is the name of the video, but it's the whole episode. So.
Jojo, I'm rocking with Candace. When you start talking about the MIC, do you know what the MIC is?
I forget what it stands for.
Military Industrial Complex.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Which creates and funds wars, right? When you start talking about the MIC, when you start talking about the border, when you really start, like, I'm so excited to see her really tap into geopolitics. Yeah. When you start talking about international law, dude, you are a bad somebody, especially at that level with that much notoriety and attention on you. She has no fear.
Yeah.
No fear. I wish more people would have the set of brass that she does when it comes to these topics. Oh, you pulled it up. Awesome.
I pulled it up. Let me see if I can play it from the right spot. Hold on.
Hey.
Okay.
Don't believe me? Well, listen to then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton speak about that. Take a listen.
We also have a history of kind of moving in and out of Pakistan. I mean, let's remember here, the people we are fighting today, we funded 20 years ago. And we did it because we were watching the struggle with the Soviet Union. They invaded Afghanistan, and we did not want to see them control Central Asia. And we went to work. And it was President Reagan in partnership with the Congress, led by Democrats, who said, you know what? Sounds like a pretty good idea. Let's deal with the ISI and the Pakistani military, and let's go recruit these mujahideen. And let's get some to come from Saudi Arabia and other places, importing their Wahhabi brand of Islam so that we can go beat the Soviet Union. And guess what? They retreated. They lost billions of dollars, and it led to the collapse of the Soviet Union. So there's a very strong argument, which is wasn't a bad investment to end the Soviet Union, but let's be careful what we sow because we will harvest.
I love that she's so honest in that clip, and it's
me too.
Hey man,
you heard Julius, it there for yourself.
James Hart, Tyler Bluntman. I know you don't like him. Bryson Gray. A lot of these younger influencers. We've been talking about the MIC. We've been talking about the fact that we fund all sides of every war that's going on. Sorry to break it to you. I just watched a documentary called Crack on Netflix. On Netflix, you guys should watch it. It talks about Reagan and his rebel group that he created to go into pretty much the cartel-ridden areas to get rid of all the drugs that were coming over here, which led to the drugs spilling over here more because the Contra, which was the group that was created, started to make backdoor deals with the cartel. And if you wonder why we're seeing the influx of drugs and migrants that we have now, that was a Republican, okay? A Republican president and a Democrat Congress. I just want you guys to understand what we're talking about here. When I say the uniparty, I'm talking about both sides. They suck.
Yep.
That's why I don't rock for either Republicans or Democrats. They suck.
Yeah. Yeah. They're both
I'm glad
part
I
of
saw
it.
that. I'm going to watch that video in its entirety.
Yeah. They're both
Holy
part of
smokes.
it. I'll shoot it over to you in what's that? Yeah. So I wanted to share that, but definitely go watch it for yourself. It's a very, she does like a pretty long segment about it, and it's very, very interesting. She also shows a clip from Julian Assange as well, who I believe
Trump
they're
had
about
the opportunity to free, but didn't.
yes, and they're about to extradite him back to the United States.
But he freed Kodak Black. I'm still bitter about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You free Angela Stanton, who was celebrating her divorce, by the way.
I saw that, by the way. You sent that to me. I was like, wee.
How tacky.
Man, just a year ago, that was her Black King. I remember my Black King.
Shut up.
The more I look at Angela, the more I think that Angela is the man.
Oh my gosh. I don't think so. She has children. She has children. Don't do that, Mo.
And we saw her pregnant with him. I mean, Michelle Obama has children.
Don't do that. Say don't do that. Say shh.
I'm just saying.
Say shh.
Say shh, Emery. She can't hear me. Emery.
She said it. Say shh.
That's so cute. Aw. She's looking at you like, what's so funny? I really mean it.
She's trying to go out. She's like, I want to go out there. Well, look, man, this ties into the legislation that I came across. Thank you to a few people in Discord who actually brought this to my attention. They're like, dude, can you talk about this? Can you read through this legislation? And I spent time reading through it, going through the nooks and the crannies of this. I wish I actually had the link. I think that would be way better than going through. Hold on, let me do this. Going through WhatsApp photos because they're all out of order. But what's his name? Raskin? Is he the guy that was in Georgia that was rallying against Trump? Or the election? Or was that PA?
No. That was PA.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the guy in Georgia. Oh my gosh, I can't think of his name, but I think it's not the guy in Georgia.
Okay. 6981. Oops, I didn't even put the one in. Don't tell me shh. I'm talking about something important. Shh. All right, here we go. Here we go. If you guys, what? She did it.
She did like the little finger. She's all shh.
If y'all want to be able to read these pieces of legislation introduced, passed, Senate passed, all of it, all you have to do is go to congress.gov, put in the actual bill number, and it'll pull up right here. You'll be able to read. You can read a summary, you can read a text, you can read the amendments, you can read all of it. Just in case people didn't know that piece of information, go read pieces of legislation, please. So this bill, yes, I hear you. Let me put her down. This bill is talking about the prohibition of unauthorized private paramilitary activity. Now, people might be like, Soonie, what is paramilitary activity? Well, before I get into that, I want you to know what they are deeming unlawful, right? It's an offense, and it shall be unlawful to knowingly and in a circumstance described in subsection B, while acting as a part or on behalf of a private paramilitary organization and armed with a firearm, explosive, incendiary device, and other dangerous weapon. It's unlawful to publicly patrol, drill, and engage in techniques capable of causing bodily harm, injury, or death. Interfere with or attempt to interfere with government operations. January 6, government proceedings. Interfere with or intimidate another person that's exercising, in that person's exercise of any right under the Constitution of the United States, which is what they're doing on the back end of this bill, just in case you didn't know. Assume the functions of law enforcement, peace officer, public official, whether or not acting under the color of law, and thereby assert authority or purport to assert authority over another person with. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Wait, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. So no citizens arrest, basically.
So no citizens arrest.
Mm-hmm.
Over another person without the consent of that person, or trained to engage in any activity described in paragraphs 1 through 4. So everything I just read to you is off limits. It's unauthorized. It's unlawful, right?
Whew.
So let me get to them explaining what the hell these words even mean.
And y'all want to let them take our guns away? Nice.
And you want to let them take our guns away. So the term private paramilitary organization means any group of 3 or more persons associating under a command structure for the purpose of functioning in a public or training to function in public as a combat support, law enforcement, and this is what's got people up in arms, security service units. So if I wanted said to provide security for me and Mo at our event, and he decided to recruit Tatum, who else is big? What's the light skinned dude with the bald head? Craig.
Oh, Craig, yeah.
And let's say he brought Liddell on. Liddell's tall, right? And they're all under his command. If they're not registered with the Fed or the state, it will be deemed an unlawful act and it will be deemed unauthorized. But look at this, because they go into greater detail. You know when it said in subsection B, right? You cannot and you shall not knowingly, in circumstances described in subsection B, travel across state lines or national border. What does that remind you of?
You cannot travel across state lines
with a weapon or with a group of 3 or more under a command structure. Who caught the nation's attention?
Oh,
because he traveled across state lines.
Oh, who caught the nation's attention? Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse. They're laying it all out, dude. They're like, yeah, y'all not doing this no more. Y'all not doing that no more.
Yeah.
So you can't travel across the state line or national border, or you cannot use the channels, facilities, or instrumentalities of an interstate or foreign commerce, which involves a firearm, explosive, incendiary device, dangerous weapon that has traveled in an interstate or foreign commerce, involves the use of ammunition or a large capacity ammunition feeding device that has traveled in interstate or foreign commerce.
They're basically like, this should be just called the Kyle Rittenhouse law.
This should be called the Kyle Rittenhouse law. This should be called January 6th law. This should be called the anti-militia law, which is what we are allowed to do, right? In the event that our government becomes tyrannical. That's why we have the Second Amendment as well. This is crazy. So they give the exceptions on which this does not apply to.
Oh, okay. Let's hear that.
This is a subsection.
If
I'll
you're
make this
legal.
a little bigger so people can see.
If you're legal.
So the exceptions in the subsection A does not apply to, which is unauthorized or unlawful groups of 3 or more under the command of a structure under the command structure. I'm sorry. The armed forces of the United States, National Guard, the Naval Militia, any regularly organized state militia, right, which means you have to be registered with the state,
National
or
Guard,
any
like that type of
or
thing?
any unorganized or reserved militia called into service by what? The state or the United States.
Oh my gosh, this is a fucking ridiculous bill.
Oh wait, it doesn't apply to groups or military organizations that are putting on historical reenactments.
Oh
Okay.
No. Oh Lord.
Yeah. It doesn't apply to people in parades or are part of a bona fide veteran organization with no intent to engage in activities prohibited by subsection A. Okay. Students in an educational institution authorized by the federal government or state to teach military science as a prescribed part of the course of instruction when under the supervision of a military instructor, or members of an organization. This is what sent me. Members of an organization that has been authorized under federal or state law to provide paramilitary, law enforcement, or security service trainings, or to engage in paramilitary activity, law enforcement, or security service when performing the functions authorized by law in the case of paramilitary activity, law enforcement and functions, when under the direction and control of governmental authority.
Okay, just put that in layman's terms because that was a whole word salad.
So unless these organizations have been authorized by the Fed, okay, the state, to provide paramilitary, which means if you have not been called upon by the Fed or state to provide law enforcement, security service training, or to engage in paramilitary activity, which is a group of 3 or more under the command structure, okay, you shouldn't be doing this. You're not allowed to do it.
Okay.
So the example that I gave earlier, I need said to provide security at this event, right? I can't afford to pay some federal or state agency. I need you to do it. Can I pay you? You have the training for it, but you're just not registered with the Fed or the state. That is going to be deemed unlawful. So if you're not called upon and you're not under the direct control of a governmental authority figure or entity, you're not allowed to do these things.
Help me to understand how they are able to introduce bills like this when we have a constitution that says the complete opposite.
Because they don't care about the Constitution. That's it. And they're using events that have happened within American history to deem it constitutional. They're using January 6th. They're using Kyle Rittenhouse. And you're absolutely right. They are violating the 14th Amendment, which gives you the right to travel. So what they're doing is they want to keep giving the state and the Fed this crazy amount of power to tell you what you can and cannot do with your neighbors, to keep your family safe, to keep your neighborhood safe against anything tyrannical, because it's going to automatically be deemed unauthorized.
That's crazy.
And there are violations
That's really
to this.
scary. That's really scary.
Yeah.
I mean,
there are
where's
penalties.
this bill at? Where's this bill? Well, get into
So
the
this
penalties.
is so people know, this is within Congress. This is introduced from the House and the Judiciary Unit.
Mhm.
And the sponsor is Representative Jamie Raskin from Maryland. He introduced this on the 11th of January.
And who code whatever they call it, not
Um,
on this so far.
Co-sponsors right here. This tab right here. I'll click it and we'll go to it. Co-sponsors are Representative Andre Carson, Representative Sean Casten, Representative Daniel Goldman. Of course, that's a whole foreigner with a weird last name. Don't know how they got in office. Kevin Mullen from California. Eleanor Holmes Norton. Andrea Salinas. Janice, she's got a Jewish last name. Don't know how to pronounce it.
Come on, my people. Come on, my people.
Mark Takano, Henry Johnson, and Jared Huffman. These are all co-sponsors.
There's a lot of Jews on there. What are my people doing?
And they're all Democrat.
Yeah.
All Democrat. So let's get into the penalties. If you are caught doing this, right? You are at the mercy of the Attorney General. Let's go all the way down. It gets even better, bro. So before I go through the penalties, right? Let's go. This is the forfeiture part of it. In general, any person who violates subsection A, which is what I read to you, travel across state lines, groups of 3 or more, not registered with the state, shall forfeit to the United States any property, personal or real, involved in, used, or intended to be used in any manner or part to commit or facilitate the commission of the violation that constitutes or is derived from, proceeds to the traceable violation. Do you understand what I meant by that?
No.
So any person who violates subsection A is going to have to forfeit their property that they used. So their weapons, let's say they wore a bulletproof vest. Let's say they decided to put on some special glasses, some weird military looking clothing, right? Personal or real, involved in or used or intended to be used. So let's just say you haven't done it yet, right? But you intended to. We're going to play Minority Report as well. You forfeit that to the United States of America.
Wow. That's really scary. That's the only one? That's the only penalty?
Well, this is forfeiture. I thought that was more important than not that this isn't all important, but the fact that you have to forfeit your property that is rightfully yours
Yeah, that's crazy.
to the government if you are caught violating this is weird. So the penalty, any person who violates subsection A shall be fined under this title and imprisoned for not more than 1 year or both. Except in the case of the violation that does not result in bodily injury and is committed by a person who has not, prior to the commission of the violation, been convicted of violating a federal or state law. The person may be sentenced to probation for a term of not more than 1 year. So they can be put on probation if they do not have a prior federal or state, I guess, rap sheet, criminal history. In the case that a violation occurs prior to conviction under this section that has become final, the person shall be fined under this title, imprisoned for not more than 2 years or both. So you can get 2 years or you can get less than 2 years. In the case of a violation that results in damage to property, the person shall be fined under this title, imprisoned for not more than 2 years or both. And in the case of the violation that results in bodily injury, the person shall be fined under this title, imprisoned for not more than 5 years or both. And if it results in death, they can receive any terms of years or life in prison.
Dang. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really scary.
This is what our Congress, our House, let me not say Congress because that embodies all of them, but this is what House Democrats are drawing up against their citizens. So they also have civil remedies, right? Which means the public right of action. Whenever the Attorney General, listen to this, whenever the Attorney General has reasonable cause to believe that a person or group of persons has engaged or is about to engage in any prohibited act by section 2742, the the Attorney General may bring civil action for preventative relief, including an application for a permanent or temporary injunction, restraining order, or other order in an appropriate district court of the United States. Like, this is not the Minority Report. If we can't figure out when school shooters are going to act or when mass shootings are going to happen, how the hell do you know someone is going to get together with a group of 3 or more to say, hey, we're going to go offer some security to this church? Because now, according to this piece of legislation, churches can't have security that hasn't been authorized by the state or the Fed.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
Yes, school. Let's just say we're going to get into that too. This will be the last topic
or
we
a
get
school.
into. A church or a school.
What? Sorry, y'all. I have to fan myself. I'm on the verge of a hot flash. It just hit me. Whew.
This is scary. I know it's not flashy. It's not cool. Oh my God. But this is what these people are drafting up in the House of Representatives. The people that you sent there are drafting legislation against you being able to protect your church, a school, hell, maybe even down to your home. Who knows how far they'll go with this stuff? There's plenty of tyrants in our government, dude. This kind of goes hand in hand. This is unauthorized private paramilitary activity. You guys can go look at this. This goes hand in hand with what Chicago just did by removing police officers from school grounds. Did you hear about that?
I did not hear about that.
Yep, let me pull that up.
Good Lord. Whew. Y'all see my face? It looks like it's just like shiny, but I am like sweaty. Okay. Shout out to my women in menopause because y'all know what I'm going through right now. What the hell?
So the Board of Education moves to pool school police officers, which is leaving our children to the mercy of whatever insane, maniacal, transgender white male decides to come in and try to blast them away because of something that they haven't dealt with within themselves. The decision comes after Mayor Brandon Johnson gave his blessing last month to end the school district's $10.3 million contract with the Chicago Police Department. The Board of Education is planning to direct Chicago public school officials to remove police officers from dozens of high schools by the start of next school year. The expected move represents a massive victory for students and activists who have protested against the police presence in schools because of a desperate policing of Black children and kids with disabilities. I don't know what the crap they're talking about, but they're using Black people to say this is why this is happening. And it comes after Mayor Johnson gave his blessing, right, to end the $10.3 million contract. The school board resolution published Tuesday, set for a vote Thursday, called on CPS to develop, listen to this, okay? They want to remove the police and put CPS in place, in its place. Once again, the kids are already at the mercy of the state. Now you want to double whammy that and say, well, now we can really take your kids away based on what's happening in school, based on some activity. So they are set to vote on Thursday. They want to call on a new policy that lays out a holistic approach to student safety and addresses the root causes and contributing factors for disparities in student discipline. The priorities should be to help students heal from trauma, address situations through restorative justice, and re-engage kids who are growing uninterested with school, the board said. The resolution added that policy must make explicit that the use of SROs within the district will end by the start of 2024 through the 2025 school year. The board said it expects the district will continue its strong partnership with the mayor's office and the Chicago Police Department, which have always and will continue to provide critical support for all of our schools. Like, I'm done reading because that's enough right there. You want to remove police and call on CPS to develop a new policy to help with these kids in school that are already having behavioral issues when CPS and the foster care system is already screwed and not helping these kids with any of their behavioral issues. So let's involve the state even more. Pull your kids out of school, please, and homeschool them if you can. I understand that there are parents who can't, but it's time to pull your kids out of the public school education in America because they don't care about your rights as parents.
No, and that's getting really scary. I mean, we've already highlighted several instances. You personally have gone through some stuff and you're in another country, but your kids go to the American school in Japan. But yeah, I mean, we've highlighted several instances of this and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And yes, if you can homeschool, please do so. If you can't homeschool, I hate to sound insensitive, but figure out how you can homeschool.
Yeah, I agree.
Figure it out because there's nothing more important than keeping your kids safe. And if that means, lessening your expenses so that you can stay home and homeschool your kids, I mean, I would say do what you got to do. That's what I would say.
What else are you going to do?
What else are you going to do?
How are you going to combat this? You can only combat this if you say, you know what? Come on home.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure this out at home. I'll figure, look, if you got to go back to school to help your kid learn to do specific math, you need to sit down with your kid. There's sometimes where I will go YouTube a method that I don't know how to do because this is completely different math that they're learning. It's Common Core. It's not that I learned. You have to sit down and learn it, or how else are they going to be successful in this new curriculum?
Yeah. I mean, I get that you have to do certain curriculum, but truth be told, the real world doesn't give a shit how you get.
You don't
to
really need that.
Yeah.
Yes. You're right. I haven't used algebra at all in life, unless I'm coming up with some sort of formula or method. Oh, you choose a curriculum. Thank you for telling me that, because I didn't know that. I will make sure I choose a curriculum with no.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. So it's just hours you have to meet. I'm assuming certain hours, maybe. I guess.
My mother-in-law did a homeschool with my husband. My husband is probably far more versed than me in this, so I'll definitely be relying on him. But that's one thing that we really want to do when we come home is not have our kids in school, because it's just not safe. It's not safe. You don't have control over what your kids are learning. You don't have control over what they're introduced to. You really can't control their friend group.
Yeah.
There's a lot you don't have control of when you relinquish your children over to the state's mercy. And Chicago is about to reach out to CPS to develop a new policy for a more holistic approach. What does that even mean?
Scary. That's what it is. This is good. So
Very scary.
No hours, just attendance logs. I like the sound of that, man, because that means you literally, I mean, that to me, that sounds like it gives you the freedom to teach your kids the lessons how you want to teach them.
Yeah.
And you don't have to spend 8 hours with your kids sitting at a table with their face in a book. Like, take them out into the real world and show them some real freaking lessons. You know what I mean?
My daughter's teacher actually recommended me to use that, because I was talking to her about this as well. Like, she's leaving, and I feel bad for those kids who are in the school, because she's a really good teacher, but she's retiring this year. She's going to be going back to the States, but she told me to use Abeka, which is a Christian-based curriculum. I'm looking forward to doing this with my kids, because I want them to be successful in life. I don't want them to be introduced to disgusting concepts or walk around and be indoctrinated thinking that their race determines a bunch of stuff, gender ideology and all that. It's scary for me. My son's 12. I only got 6 years left with him before he's off to do his own thing.
So much. Some people are like, oh, my kid only has 3 more years of school. I'm like, man, in 3 years they can fuck your kid up. Okay. All the way. Like, I thank God every day my kids like escaped by the skin of their teeth or whatever they barely escaped. Skin of their teeth. Yeah, they barely escaped. Okay. The cusp of when everything just started to just go downhill completely. Thank God they're out of school.
Yeah. When did you think, like, when did you really notice it went just like downhill?
I mean, I can't like pinpoint whatever the year was that my daughter was like in 7th or 8th grade. It was around that time that I started to kind of like get a little like, what's going on here? Like, they started to lax up the rules a little bit more in school. I mean, it was very, very subtle how they did it. But then I really noticed them push it around the COVID time. That's when they really started to like come in with all these like super lax rules, because we kind of went to homeschooling anyways. The kids were out of school, right? Like, there was all kinds of weird stuff that I started to notice. But then as I thought about it, I was like, they really have been slowly doing it. We got micro dosed into it, is what I like to say, so I'm just glad my kids are not in school. It's amazing. My daughter's learning history I never knew. Just learned John Quincy Adams died having a stroke on the Congress floor fighting to abolish slavery. I did hear that. I think I actually may have learned that in school. So maybe I was on the Abeka curriculum and I didn't even know it. I homeschooled and it's been the best thing for my kids. You can pick the curriculum and follow your state's homeschool requirements. Each state has different requirements, but basically the same. It was kind of crazy. I graduated in 2016 and I noticed it a little, but going into teaching, I noticed it way more when I started teaching. Yep. Yeppers. That's good that you don't have to follow California standards. Man, thank God that hot flashback. I thought it was
with the heavy stuff.
What's up?
I'm glad we ended with the heavy stuff.
I know. And my hot flash, let me just tell you, it was getting so bad. I was almost going to have to like shut off my camera and like run into the other room to like like get more aggressive with trying to cool myself down because it was getting bad.
Yeah.
Dave like brought me this thing and I was like, oh God, I got to put this on my neck. Like it wasn't cold enough. I was like, geez, Louise. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Comes out with no warning.
Well, I hope people enjoyed the live. I hope people enjoyed the discussion. Yeah. This was reading those bills, man. Like when you have to read it out loud, it's actually mentally draining.
It does.
It's not written in English. It's always written in legalese. And you're like, bro, can you explain that? Do you know how many times I had to read that?
Yeah, because I mean, I'm sure, especially bills like that, they make them like even worse, more wordy on purpose to confuse you. But we'll definitely we gotta somehow like track all these bills we talk about to see like where they're at, you know, who's showing interest in them, who's talking about them, what articles are being written, because that stuff tends to be swept under the carpet. And you know, it's sad because like I know you said, you know, there were people tuning in to listen to you talk about it, but I was like watching our views go down as you were talking about it, and I was like, man, you know, I know that this stuff isn't the most riveting of conversations to talk about bills and like read this type of stuff, and I get it. I get that you guys want to like, you know, have the laughs and, you know, talk about the headlines, but this stuff really is super duper important because this is the type of stuff that all of a sudden a bill gets passed and you guys are like, how did we let this slip from underneath us?
Exactly. Because you know what happens? It'll probably die, right? It'll die on the floor in the Senate. Because this may pass in the House. You never know.
Right.
A lot of these people are diabolical. But it'll die on the floor in the Senate. But what they do is they wait for a big budget legislation to drop. Where they have a ton of things in there and they start adding amendments to it. I'm telling you. I remember, I think it was the first omnibus bill that we talked about in like 2020. I want to say 2021 when Joe Biden came in. I went and looked at the amendments to that bill, and there were over 800 amendments.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, we went through that when
800.
Yeah, I know. And it's funny because like nobody takes the time to go and actually look at them. And when you do, you're just like, how does this even make sense to be in here? You know, then you guys,
deals.
Yeah, exactly. And then you guys get mad and you blame the president, right? When the president signs off on this stuff, you guys are like, he's fucking president, corrupt government. No, actually, it's these little guys that are introducing these bills in the first place. And, you know, the people that are co-sponsoring these bills, those are the people you really need to be mad at. Not the president, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. What the hell's that?
Hey, the Gabby Petito civil suit got $3 million from the boyfriend. Why? They were both abusing each other. And I think that young man snapped. I don't think he purposely meant to kill her because he went and offed himself.
And honestly, after I watched the Mother God, that crazy bitch in Colorado, I low key think that Gabby and Brian were part of that, you know, that little group in some way. Honestly, because they were camping, you know, they were out in the fucking desert, you know, doing God knows what, smoking God knows what. We all got bamboozled. Okay, they showed us a cute little blue-eyed, blonde-haired white girl and sold us this love story about her dream for a YouTube channel in the camper life. And we bought it hook, line, and sinker. Those people were on drugs. They were probably having threesomes in caves in the desert under the guise of like, you know, spiritual whatever. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you, like, the Mother God documentary really just opened my eyes to like how fucked up everything.
I believe you. I don't think that's far-fetched.
Yeah. On another note, I got a new follow on my Instagram from Gaza Girl Flip Flops.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I told you, man, that background it's really gonna reel them in.
They're like, ooh, she's 1% Jewish.
And then they just flock to you. They just flock to you. Isn't it crazy? It's like, do you think maybe, oh my gosh, I'm going to start connecting to other Jews on my ancestry.
Dude, you can make this the biggest show ever.
Ever. We should just change it from somewhere in the middle to somewhere in Gaza.
Somewhere in Gaza.
Right? Like
Mo, you earned it. I haven't given you this a long time. Till the 19th.
Somewhere in Gaza.
Oh gosh. This was actually a fun show. I had fun doing all the topics. What?
One more.
What?
And I mentioned this reluctantly because Red Pill's going to get after me because I haven't had an episode in a while. But Mind of Mo is now going to be called Mind of a Jew. Okay?
Dude, they're gonna get you for so many anti-Semitic slurs.
But I'm Jewish. I'm gonna be like to my YouTube representative. I'm gonna be like, you can't flag me because here's my ancestry. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do when I throw my ancestry in their face? Dave, did you know I'm a Jew? Dave.
He's probably like, what?
Do you know that I'm a Jew? Yeah, 1%. Like, how do you feel about that, though? He could care less.
I think you should do that just for shits and giggles and, see what happens.
Dave said he's German. I'm Jewish and he's German. His ancestry is German. Now what's going to happen?
Hey, my husband's grandmother is German and French.
Jesus. We're a mess.
Oh, yeah. No, I like bantering with you, dude. It's fun.
I know.
I like debating with you. I like bantering with you. This was actually a super fun show.
Yeah.
Because we had a lot of points that we disagreed on. We need to do this more often. Let's disagree more.
We always say that. We always say, "Oh, let's disagree more," and then you're like, you're having a shitty day, and then like I think we're having a fun disagreement, and then it gets real serious.
I had a bad day today, but you know what?
I cheered you up.
My 30 minutes before the show.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't come on here.
Oh yeah.
I didn't come in until I was good.
Soonie took our last show to heart. Because I was like, hey, like if you just want to like take a break, just let me know. And like yesterday I had something going on with my mom and she was like, oh, it's a good thing because I just need a day. So it actually worked out. Right. And then Soonie today, she, because she wakes up early. This is like morning for her. So she was like tired. And I was like, okay. She's like, okay, I'm going to go. I said, I'm going to go watch Love is Blind. And Soonie took her time. She didn't answer my scathing WhatsApp messages about the show, and she like got it together.
I didn't.
I'm proud of you.
Just take a moment.
I'm proud of you.
Take a moment. I'm proud of myself. Shoot.
Trump gives you a thumbs up.
Trump. Them damn shoes. Ugly ass shoes that you sell. J6s. That's what they call them, the J6s. Listen, if you spent your last to go get that, a lot of Americans are struggling. I don't want to hear about people in their J's. Yes, one day I tried for like, how long have I been off WhatsApp?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you just got back on. You've been off for months and months. 6 months.
But that's what hold on, baby. That's what some of the Reddit forums said. Just wait 6 months. So I waited and then I was back on there and I was like, oh, I can use WhatsApp again.
Did it notify you or did you get all the messages that I had sent you in WhatsApp over time?
No, I didn't get any messages. Like nothing was there. It was like starting over brand new.
Because I was literally like, since Soonie wasn't on WhatsApp, I was like using her WhatsApp to send myself stuff. So I was like, fuck, dude, when Soonie gets in the show, it's going to be like 1,000 messages that she's going to get, or in WhatsApp, she's going to get notifications.
No.
Okay, well, that's
But
good.
I'm back on WhatsApp. Feel me? Okay.
She back.
I have to tell you something off camera. I don't want to say it on camera because every time I do, it jinxes me. But I want to talk about the LGBTQ push that is coming again this election year for access to our children. I've really veered away from talking about it because people get kind of sensitive.
Yeah.
But now it's full force. Doesn't matter anymore. You're going after kids. You want to read to kids and do this weird stuff. Friday, Jerron's going to be in for a treat. I don't think he's not going to be used to this version of me where I'm just like, you know what?
Oh, Lord.
And if he agrees with it, it's over for Buddy.
Why? Wait, agrees with what?
You better not agree with it.
Oh, no. But we can't cancel people.
I'm not canceling him. I'm just saying, the gloves are coming off. See, you don't understand my lingo. It's over for you just means like, bro, the gloves are coming off. Let's have at it right now. What are you talking about?
What was the term? You used the term and you were like laughing at me because you were like, we're about to go to the ones. We're about to throw the ones. And I was
shoot
like,
the ones.
Yeah, shoot the ones. And I was like, what does that mean? Like, I was like,
1, 2 punches.
Pew pew. I thought shoot.
No.
Whatever, Soonie.
You are a white woman trapped in a Latino woman's
Oh my God. No, I'm a Latina woman trapped in a Jew, trapped in a African. Dude, Soonie, you can't make fun of me because today Soonie was telling me something about some spaghetti sauce or whatever that she had on her trip. And she was like, yeah, there's basil in there. And I was like, basil? I was like, bitch, what the fuck?
That's what it's called.
It's basil.
I'm about to ask Google how you pronounce basil.
Well, if your Google's British, he's gonna say basil. So
how do y'all pronounce it in the chat?
Is it basil or basil? Because Soonie be saying basil. It's weird how sometimes she's like ebonics and street, and then she's like proper with the basil.
I'm telling it's code. Listen, I know how to code switch.
I guess.
Like a mug.
Basil.
Pronunciation. See, basil, it sounds like there's a Y there. Just ba is B-A. See? That's what I mean, though. Hold on, let's listen.
Finally, they agree with me.
So with an American accent. Basil. So I don't even say it the way they say it.
How do they say it? Basil.
They say basil.
No, they don't, dude. What the
That's
hell?
That's what it says.
Play it. I can't hear no basil.
Hold on. I'm talking about the English, not the American way.
Oh, okay, but that's what I'm saying. The English way is like basil. Yeah, that's the English.
To me, that's how it's spelled basil. So I say basil. You're adding a Y that's not there. Basil? Really?
Okay. Pronounce Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh, now you're what was that? Why do you sound like Bishop Tudu? Say it again. Wednesday. What the fuck?
Wednesday.
What?
Wednesday. I say Wednesday.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Tuesday's
Friday,
another
Saturday.
thing. We don't pronounce the E. Why do we put an E in Tuesday?
What do you mean? Tuesday.
Dude, I'm telling you, the English language is dumb. Dude, did you hear that Marcus Jordan and Larsa are back together?
I did. I saw that they were spotted out together.
What an idiot.
Well, they're very childish relationships. So I don't know why you're shocked. I ain't shocked. Consider the source what we talk about. Anyways, thank you so much for watching us.
Bye, guys.
I have to get off here and go get my babies from school. Please tune back in on Friday. I don't care how you guys feel about our left-leaning co-host. Come in to see his show because I want to see if Jerron is going to be on board with what I'm saying or if he's going to be the left-leaning Democrat. I want to see. I'm testing the waters. Look at Mo. Mo,
gonna
See,
ask
it's
Jerron
gonna
if-
be gang up on. It's gonna be gang up on Soonie Day. I'm calling
Dude,
it right now.
If
I'm
Jerron
gonna
is
be
Jewish,
outnumbered.
if Jerron is Jewish, it's over. It's over for you. The Jews will gang up on you.
It's okay. I'm gonna bring an extra ratchet black person in. I'm bringing Bryson on. That duo, you guys are no match for.
Oh my gosh. Come on, man. Come
Why
on.
not?
Don't bring Bryson. I love Bryson, but come on, dude. He's like he sucks the fun out of it. We gotta have fun. Don't bring
No, he doesn't. He
Bryson.
makes it more fun.
No, don't bring Bryson. Why you always gotta bring extreme people up in here? Bryson, Tyler. Can we just bring somebody normal?
I'm friends with extreme people. They
I know.
understand
It's
me.
so crazy. Like
They understand me. We have to take extreme measures in this day and age. We can't be like, no.
I love
twinkle toes
Bryson.
out here.
Don't get me wrong. Like on the right topic, Bryson is cool. But like when we want to have like a fun show, well, no, I mean Bryson's fun. But then sometimes like he gets too serious. Like he gets a little too serious. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what I just heard?
What?
I don't like that you have morals sometimes and you can't turn them off.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what you heard. You heard good. You heard great. Your ear's working good.
I know. I read between the lines with folks.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
Yeah.
No, Mo. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that, Mo.
He's just boring to
I
listen
like
to.
Bryson. He's
boring.
just, no, he's not.
No, he's not
Bro,
boring.
he is the most dramatic character to ever listen to, especially when he's telling a damn story.
He is. But the thing is, like, there's just some topics that I know where he's gonna fall with it, right? And I want to be able to have like a discussion.
Do you feel that way with me? I need to know these things.
Like when it comes to like the gay stuff, yeah, absolutely. We can't I know that they're like, I'm not going to go into a discussion with you about the gays or the trannies expecting to change your point of view on it at all, because I know where you stand. Just like with Bryson, I know where he stands on certain things. Jerron, I don't know where he stands on certain things because he's kind of like,
it's going to be a fun show.
He's like the moderate liberal version. He's like the liberal version of me. Like he's in the middle.
No,
you know,
you're liberal.
I am not liberal.
Yes, you are.
I'm a moderate. Why do you keep changing my classification? Why do you keep reassigning my political stance? Why do you do that? No,
Moderates are liberal, girl. Like that's literally where they stand. You are a classic liberal. Yes, you are. You are a JFK liberal.
I cannot. You did not just call me a liberal. This is ridiculous. I will not stand for this. Listen, I allowed you to call me a moderate. We are not going to go there. And you're going to call me a liberal. That is taking it too far.
I said classic. At least I put the right term on it.
You have overstepped. Okay. And if one of you guys even agrees with her, I'm gonna put you in timeout. That's what's gonna happen. So stay silent. Yeah. That's what I thought.
It's not an insult, it's a compliment.
I can't be a classic.
Do the
liberal.
test.
What test?
Can you do the test and then post your results?
Well, send it to me.
Where you stand politically.
Send me the test and I'll do it.
How long does it take? Does it take long? Let's see. Political test.
Yeah, because then you can just
ask. There's a homophobic test. There's an extremist test.
Is there really?
Yeah.
We
Okay.
already
Map
know.
my politics. Take a free quiz to identify your politics. How many questions we got? Let me see. I want to know how many questions there are. We don't need no damn 20 questions.
We can go through them quick.
2024 political quiz. I started with. All right. Ooh. All right. This is a good one.
All right.
Ooh, you ready?
Yep.
I'm going to share the screen. Mo's going to take this test real quick. And we're going to end the show on a funny note. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Should Ukraine join NATO?
No.
Should the government increase or decrease military spending?
Increase.
Should foreign terrorism suspects be given constitutional rights?
No.
Should the U.S. raise taxes on the rich?
Taxation is theft.
So no. Yes or no?
I mean, no.
Give a real answer. You mean what?
Well, because it said other stances.
Yes. So raise taxes on all income brackets, but lower taxes for the poor. Keep current tax structure, abolish income tax, disallow all deductions and increase sales tax. Reform to a flat tax, lower the income tax rate, remove all existing tax loopholes for large corporations, add your own stance.
No, I would say no to this question.
Okay. Should the government raise federal minimum wage?
No.
Should employers be required to pay men and women the same salary for the same job?
No.
Should the government increase environmental regulations to prevent climate change?
No.
I disagree with you on that one. Should the U.S. withdraw from the Paris Climate Agreement?
Yes.
Should the U.S. expand offshore oil drilling?
Yes.
Do you support increasing taxes for the rich in order to reduce interest rates for student loans?
Do I support increasing taxes for the rich in order to reduce interest rates for student loans? No.
Should critical race theory be taught in K through 12 schools? These questions are dumb.
No.
But we're going to go with it. Oops. Should the federal government pay for tuition at four-year colleges and universities?
No.
Should the government require children to be vaccinated for preventable diseases? Do you support the use of nuclear energy?
Yes.
Should procedures be required to label genetically engineered food?
Should producers be required to label? Yes.
I'm sorry. Producers.
Yes.
And
no.
Should the Supreme No? You don't want term limits on judges?
Wait, what does it say? Hold on. Should the Supreme Court be reformed to include more seats and term limits? I'm sorry, I read just more seats. Sorry. Yes, yes, they should. Do you support affirmative action programs? No. Should there be more restrictions on the current process of purchasing a gun? No. Should the president be able to authorize military force against Al Qaeda without congressional approval? No. Oh, actually, yes. Should the U.S. assassinate suspect terrorists in foreign countries? Should the U.S. assassinate suspected terrorists? Okay, so yes. And should the president mobilize the U.S. military against Mexican drug cartels? Yes. Should every voter automatically receive a mail-in ballot? A mail-in ballot? Yes. Should the electoral college? Yes. Can't stand the fucking electoral college. Should foreigners currently residing in the United States have the right to vote? No. Well, it depends. Are they voting legally? Are they like here on a visa? No, never mind. No. Should the government increase spending on public transportation? Yeah, I'm for public transportation. Should President Biden be impeached on allegations of abuse of power, obstruction, and corruption? Yes. Should the federal government increase funding of healthcare for low-income individuals? Funding of healthcare for low-income individuals. Should the government? No. No. Should the government require employees of large businesses to be vaccinated? No. Why do I feel like that was a repeat? Do you support the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act? No. Should homeless individuals that have refused available shelter or housing be allowed to sleep or encamp on public property? No. Should companies be allowed to require mandatory diversity training for employees? No. Should the government continue to fund Planned Parenthood? No. What is your stance on abortion? Go to the other stances. Let me just see what those say. Pro-life, and I also oppose abortion. Can you make it bigger? Because I can't read those. Pro-life, and I also oppose abortion for victims of rape. Pro-life, but allow in cases of rape, incest, or danger to the mother. Pro-choice, but ban after the first 3 months. None of the pro-choices. I'm going to say pro-life because I'm majority pro-life.
Yeah, but you'll allow in cases of rape, incest, or
Not in all, because like I really want there to be a lot of like.
You're being
No,
meticulous.
no, because I want there to be very strict parameters around how we determine what rape, incest, or danger is. So I'm going to say pro-life because
We
that's
know
my
what rape is. We know
Stop
what incest is.
listen, this is my motherfucking question, and
You're not
you
answering
answered-
truthfully.
I am answering truthfully. 99% of me is pro-life, but there is situations like an age situation. You know, it's not all situations. I'm not for it for all situations. Should funding for local police departments be redirected to social and community-based programs? Should funding for local police departments be redirected to social and community-based programs? I'm going to say no. No. Should police departments be allowed to use military-grade equipment? No. Should convicted criminals have the right to vote? I kind of feel like they should, because they're still citizens. If they're citizens, they should have the right. Should sanctuary cities receive federal funding? No. Should illegal immigrants have access to government subsidized health care? No. Should the U.S. build a wall along the southern border? Yes. Which party do you mostly identify with? Why you hovering over shit, Soonie, on my behalf?
Nothing.
You're funny. Is there moderate party?
Moderates are just progressive.
I'm gonna say Republican. Bitch. Don't try me today, okay?
They are.
Actually, no. You know what? Would you say I'd be more libertarian?
No.
No? Okay, go down. Which qualities are most important to you in a candidate? Okay. Leadership. Jesus, all these fucking leadership. Okay. Emotional intelligence. Communication. Foreign policy.
Where do you see communication at?
The last row right there. Foreign policy. Business, patriotism. Strategy and toughness.
Strategy and toughness.
Yeah. And electability too.
Is that it?
I like honesty. Yeah, honesty too. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Notice I don't give a shit about a lot of shit that people care about. Let's see. Dun. We got a drum roll. We need a drum roll. Oh.
Why is it? No, I don't want to share results.
84% Republican, 84% Constitution, 73% Libertarian. I would say that's pretty accurate. Transhumanist. What is that? What is that? A globalist?
Transhumanist?
What is that?
It's like the morphing of AI and humans.
Oh, geez.
Because you said, should the government increase environmental regulations to prevent climate change? No.
Oh, it tells you the questions that made it answer or made it get that result.
Yeah.
That's funny. So it didn't say I was a liberal.
Because you didn't answer honest on the didn't answer honest on the most important question.
Which was what?
You know that you are okay with certain
on the abortion? But
you decided to get picky and say not all, but it did not ask all.
Yeah, but I would say
in some cases.
But I would say that it's when I like some cases, it's very few. Like it would be such a small, minuscule, because after you went through like the data of how many instances those actually occur in, that's what I'm saying. That's why I answered it that way.
Okay.
We should give this to. You should send me the link to this, and I'm gonna have Jerron take it so we can have his results ready tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. We got to go.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Okay.
What?
Wait. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys on Friday. I had fun today. Please make sure you go look at those pieces of legislation that we talked about and review them for yourself. And call your representatives, okay? And let them know, like, hey, absolutely not. This should not touch the floor on the Senate or the fucking House. You can introduce it all you want. And then make sure you pay attention to where it ends up. Make sure you don't see this in any other legislation coming in the future. Have a good day or night.
Bye, guys.
They say the song's so offensive, but only if you get offended. I can't offend you without your permission, and you don't even have to listen. They say the song's so offensive, but only if you